Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome to the draft. It's finally here, and I'm accompanied by PJ Tovey.
The infamous jobber.
Yeah, you did well.
Yeah.
I'm sure you almost beat Braun Strowman last year.
That's very close.
And then we went in a 2-on-1 attack and still fucking lost.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be doing the draft. There will be a link in the description below to all the details of the draft. I did it all on Blogger a couple of days ago. You can see on there the schedule we've got going. We've got 4 shows, but only 2 brands. I'm going to be taking control of Throwdown, and PJ Tovey's taking control of Mayhem. And then there'll be 2 minor shows where both rosters will share, but there's more details on that on the Blogger in the link description below. So, do you want to flip a coin? Flip a coin, you might as well flip a coin.
Queen's nose.
You want me to do it now?
Mm-hmm.
Can't pick it up, there we go.
Tails never
That's
fails.
completely wrong. Is that tails?
That's tails.
That is tails. You got the first pick then.
Right.
So, you take your pick, and I shall do the computer work.
The first pick for Mayhem will be DX.
DX. I was not expecting that, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
So you've gone for... What's the easiest way of doing this? Billy Gunn's first, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. So you've got your tag team straight off the bat. I'm pressing my buttons already.
One of the best tag teams from the Attitude Era. A team that was made out of nowhere. Rockabilly and the Roadie put together out of nowhere and become multi-tag time champions. Plus Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
I must have been a little bit annoyed because I was trying to be very clever and sort of talk you away from that, but
Yeah.
you've seen straight through me.
Yeah.
Because I almost caught you a second ago because I was saying about how strong some of the stables were, and then I almost dropped myself in it, really, didn't I? Right, Road Dogg. Their names are very far away as well, aren't they? I'm a little bit worried why it showed as one person in Throwdown, but I'll fix that at the end. Triple H, who can no longer use the pedigree, and I haven't still figured out what we're going to put on him yet. I've had some suggestions. You got any ideas?
Pole driver.
I do like the power driver. It has been suggested a few times. I do like the power driver. Yep, bugger that one up. Someone said the Indian Deathlock as well, because that was a move he used to use in WCW before he moved across to WWE. So you got Shawn Michaels and X-Pac. I missed Shawn Michaels. I'll go back to that. Right, I already know my pick anyway. It's not going to be a big... It could be a big surprise to you lot out there, but it's not a big surprise to Perry because he's seen the list.
Yeah.
And there we go, Shawn Michaels. I'm so gutted you got that because I really wanted to put Shawn Michaels against the guy who's going to be in my stable. And of course, my stable that I'm going to pick is going to be Bullet Club. You can't not pick Bullet Club first, can you? Well,
what a shocker.
You didn't, but I've been going on about this so long. So Bullet Club, I'm going to have, be easy to work from bottom to top, isn't it? I'm going to have Nick and Matt Jackson as a tag team. Good tag team because they'll work for my own brand, but also they will be eligible for Octane as well, which is going to be our cruiserweight. I've just put him in your show, haven't I? Octane is going to be our cruiserweight only show. I'm Throwdown, there we go. So they'll work on both those levels. So sort of the way that Octane and Showdown are going to work, they're going to be brands that very much my roster can compete against PJ Tovey's roster as well. Get a bit of bragging rights if, for example, my tag team are the champions in Octane, then, well, I can take the mick, basically. Who else have we got? Those 2. Kenny Omega, of course. Hot off his 6-star match in New Japan.
6.5.
6.5 now, is it? It's getting higher every day, really, isn't it?
7.
And we got Cody Rhodes. Cracking the beers open already.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've just literally downloaded this Cody Rhodes a few minutes ago. I think this is really good, this one. It's a full Bullet Club attire as well, so I'm really excited to use him. And then, of course, we have the last one in the group, Adam Cole. Now, you did mention before we came on camera that obviously Kenny Omega's left New Japan now and probably left Bullet Club as well. There's a chance he could go back, but I'm going to claim it while he's still there.
As you do.
I'm not losing out on that. So it's your pick next. What do you have in mind? You're going to pick a stable, a tag team, single star?
I'm going to go for the stable once again.
Another stable.
And one that you will be shocked, and that is the Hart Foundation.
Ooh, Hart Foundation.
Brett and Sean on the same show. What else would you want?
Oh, that's not bad shout. That's not a bad shout. I like that because I was just saying as well that I really wanted to see Brian Pillman on on one of the shows, so I'm glad that you've picked him. That's going to mean that I can go full Japanese, isn't it, really?
That was the idea, because
So-
obviously you are more of a Japanese fan than I am.
I do enjoy my NJPW. So Bret Hart, Brian Pillman. Is British Bulldog going to be as well? I like this stable. It's
It's
handy.
all close together.
Yeah. Jim the Anvil Neidhart's a little bit further down. Then, of course, you've got Owen Hart as well. So, what do you think of Owen Hart? Would Owen Hart, would he technically be someone we could use as a cruiserweight, do you reckon?
Definitely.
I'd like that. I'd say the cruiserweight division, I've said before that I want to use it a bit more like TNA, whereas it's not necessarily down to weight.
It's no limits.
Yeah, it's more about your style of wrestling. It's more like X Division sort of style. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be having Samoa Joe drop in there, but I think for some people, like Owen Hart, he's probably more than 205, isn't he? Really, but I think he gets away with it. But I have got Owen Hart, haven't I? I haven't got Owen Hart.
You have not got Owen Hart.
I'm sure I did that. Okay, I'll put Star next to him. I'll add him on afterwards. Right. Well, that's bugger that up for a start, isn't it? Okay, I'm taking Chaos.
Of course you are.
Yeah, I'm taking Chaos. So that means I've got Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada on the same brand. Well, you can see what my first main event's going to be, can't you?
Yeah.
I like this Okada as well. I've had him downloaded since like the first week of the game, and I've not really used him at all so far. So it'd be good on this universe mode to finally get some use out of him. Who else have I got in here? Tomohiro Ishii, who was the Open Neverweight champion last year. I think was he a tag team champion? I think at New Japan this year. He won the belts. Tomohiro Ishii. So I'm making problems myself here trying to pronounce all these bloody names, aren't I? But one of the main reasons I want this stable is, there's Trent Barrett there. I can do that while I'm here. Where does R come in the alphabet? Is it before or after T? It's after, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's before. Well, I'll take Will Ospreay now then.
Yeah.
I think Will Ospreay is going to be someone who could dominate the cruiserweight show for me, Octane.
And it's nice to know that we've followed Will Ospreay since his early indie dates.
Since he was still very much plagued by acne.
Yes.
He was pretty bad,
However,
wasn't he?
when we first saw him, we was like, who's this kid with a Bird last name? And turns out to be one of the best British wrestlers at this moment. So
It's pretty crazy, really, because when we started going to the UK shows compared to now, like, I remember standing at the bar having a chat with Tyler Bate, and now look at him.
yeah.
I didn't realise at that point in time Tyler Bate was only 16 years old as well.
He probably asked you to get him a drink for him.
Yeah. Right, so that's that. Your pick next.
I'm done with stables.
You're done with stables,
I'm
okay.
done with stables.
We do have a pre-made list, by the way. That's why we're talking. You might hear the paper rust in the background.
There we go.
We've got tag teams as well. Again, you don't have to pick. You can go straight to singles if you want. It's up to you.
No, I'm happy to go to the tag teams. It's a no-brainer. It's DIY.
DIY. Oh, I'm getting screwed over here. Well, I say that. I'm pretty happy with my pick so far as it is anyway. Like, don't get me wrong, but
Some of these picks I don't think you was expecting from myself.
I've tried to mentally get ready for this, not just who I'm going to pick, but you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well, actually. I'm glad because obviously I've got to run both shows anyway, so I'm happy to have two really good rosters.
A good blend.
Yeah.
A good blend, like a fine coffee.
It'd be interesting to see a tag team division that currently holds the DIY, Owen Hart and Jim Neidhart, and of course the other guys. New Age Outlaws, that's the ones I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
the other guys.
Yeah, my mind went blank there for a second. Right, I've got to pick something now, haven't I?
You have.
Who am I going to pick? I haven't not thought about this at all. I might go back to stables, you know. Ooh, what am I going to pick? I should have thought this through. You know what? I'm going to go for... I did have it in my head a second ago. Where are they gone? I'm going to go for Red Dragon. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. That's a strong tag team for me as well. Again, well, I think Kyle O'Reilly potentially could end up becoming one of my brand champions. Where are we? Kyle O'Reilly. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to pick 30 people each. 30 people? 30 picks each, which can be a stable, a tag team, or a singles competitor. And at the end, we will also draft all of the females on the game as well. Just in case you're wondering. The roster numbers look a little bit dodgy at the moment because I had to leave so many in the roster to keep it running. But I will empty them out at the end as well. They're just basically people I put in there just to stop the game from skipping the entire universe mode on its own. Right, so back up to boy. There's that many people on this game now. It takes so long to get from one side to the other. Right, affiliated show, Throwdown. Right, your next pick.
Pretty elementary. Still going for the tag teams. It is the Briscoe brothers.
Oh, you get Mark and Jay Briscoe.
I mean, you've got the Bucks. I'll have the Briscoes.
Again, I don't know. I'd have to have a look and see whether the Briscoes would. I don't know. I don't think the Briscoes would suit the cruiserweight show. To be honest with you,
no.
I don't think they do, because in New Japan the Briscoes have only really gone for the main tag team championships, not the lower ones.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark Briscoe. Okay, I've got my next pick in my head as well. Anyway,
He's already got it.
yeah. Only, but it's a stupid. I'm going to pick this entire stable solely because I want one man.
Okay.
And this stable is the Wyatt family.
Hey.
And it's because I am a massive Luke Harper fan and I really want him on my roster. And I think I'm going to push him a bit more than what WWE ever has done as well. So we are going to take the historical Wyatt family. So we're going to take Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, with Braun Strowman and Finn Balor.
Finn Balor?
Not Finn Balor.
Mr. Eric Rowan, the Viking.
So I'm scanning through the list and I'm reading names as I go through. Bray Wyatt, that's the one. Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. So we go down there now. You got your next pick, have you? Oh, status effects, there we go. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to have to check these rosters at the end because I've got a feeling I might have put people in the wrong show, but I can fix that at the end. There's just so many people. This wasn't too bad on 2K16 because there wasn't this big of a roster. Right, Bray Wyatt, Throwdown. Right.
I will go for my fifth pick, and they will be the Outsiders. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
You know what? I had a feeling you were going to pick them. Maybe not this early on, but I thought you were going to pick them.
Well, when you've got DX on the same show...
So here's your question now. Do you want Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, or do you want Diesel and Razor Ramon? It's up to you.
No, if you're talking Outsiders, it's got to be Nash and Hall.
You're taking Nash and Hall. Whereas Nash... See, Nash is pretty highly rated. Will you consider using him as a main event singles competitor as well, or just as a tag team?
Just as a tag team. Let's be honest, Nash hasn't got the best set of moves.
No, he'd probably dominate the tag division with Scott Hall. I think Scott Hall's really highly rated as well.
Hall is much better in the ring when he was sober.
I was about to say, yeah.
But no, he never really made mistakes. So it was a shoe-in for a pick.
Right, who am I going to pick? That's the question. So I'm going to look at the stables because you get so many people in a stable, don't you? I want to go for that one, but I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to go for... Who am I going to go for? I'm going to go for Death by Elbow. So that is Chris Hero, but we've got him down as Cassius Ohno now because it's the best looking one. And since he's joined NXT again, obviously. Where are we, Cassius? Where are you, my friend? There is Cassius, my old friend. There he is. That does actually look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't too sure on that, but now...
I was pushing for the download and it happened.
The more I see it, the better it looks. I don't think the attire is going to match JT Dunn anymore, but again, it's one of those sort of tag teams that I'm taking as a good tag team, but also because I know I can use Chris Hero as a singles main event star as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a cheeky pick. Who are you going to go for?
It's again another tag team, because I believe that the tag teams are stronger than the factions, and the tag team is The Club.
The Club. So new ones on the game. I've not tried them yet, but they look pretty good. Carl Anderson. Ooh. I've already got my Mayhem for some reason. Okay, and it looks like they've automatically downloaded onto my game in the correct roster they have. So you've got them.
Beautiful.
I've already got in my mind who you're going to pick pretty soon as well then.
Okay. You never know. You never know.
Technically someone to join them pretty soon maybe?
Possibly.
Right, who am I going to go for? There's ones I really want to go for, but this early in the draft it might be a bit of a waste to go for some of these people. They've got the second page. You know what? I'm going to go for the Sumerian Death Squad.
Ooh, SDS.
Yeah, again, another tag team where mainly I want Tommy End, but at the same time, having the tag team of End and Dante is something that I think I can really use, especially on the main roster. I think we've got some pretty good tag teams on both shows now, actually.
Very even.
Where's Tommy End? There he is. I've gone straight past him. So Tommy End is joining Throwdown alongside his tag team partner Michael Dante. I keep forgetting I can do this. It's much bloody quicker, that is. Right, I can do this quicker now. I've just figured out how to play the game, PJ. I've just figured it out.
Lovely. It didn't take you that long.
No, that's it. It's only been like 6 to 8 months.
I'm going to go for my last tag team pick.
Oh, and that's the TP.
And that will be the American Wolves. Davey Richards
Edwards.
And Eddie Edwards.
Oh, that's so much bloody quicker doing it that way, isn't it?
Edward Edwards.
Edward. I don't blame him. I always do it with I do it the Revival. I call him Dash Dawson and that's the both.
I could just call him Dash or Dawson. There's no difference to me.
So the American Wolves will also be a team that you will see on Octane as well. So there'll be a pretty good team looking to go for our Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships. Right, who do I want? That's your last tag team pick. You're not going to go for another one?
No.
Well, that means I ain't got to worry about picking my tag teams now then, have I?
You got to remember, I've got DX for the Outlaws. I've got Heart Foundation with a mixture of Bulldog and Owen. You could have Owen and Jim Neidhart. I've got DIY, the Briscoes, the Outsiders, the Club,
then.
And I've got the Wolves. So that's pretty strong.
I have to look in case there's any of the single stars you want as well, though.
That's why I'm keeping my options open.
I just had something in my mind I wanted. See, tag team wise is very tricky, and I'm going to go for one that might seem like a little bit outside the box. But I don't think it will be, because a lot of people on my channel know that I like these guys, and it's going to be the Revival.
Brainbusters Mark II.
Yeah, and of course we have marked them up a little bit on this game, so they are a bit stronger than what they were at the beginning, because we see them more as what they... Well, basically, if you look at them on NXT now, they're pretty much a very strong tag team, probably one of the best tag teams WWE have currently got since American Alpha sort of fell flat in the face on the main roster. I think they have. They've not really been that great in the main roster, have they? Now that they've won the championships, it's a bit better for them, but they really lost their buzz when they joined the main roster, in my opinion. So from going from not picking any more tag teams now to being stuck on the tag team page.
I have changed my mind.
I thought that might happen somehow.
I have changed my mind. One more tag team.
Is it the Bushwhackers?
It is not the Bushwhackers.
Breezango.
It is not Breezango. It is.
Thank God for that. I want both of them.
Our very own native Mustache Mountain.
I knew I should have picked them earlier. I knew it.
Seeing they were still available.
Oh God.
There was no doubt. No doubt.
They're both T's, aren't they? I'm annoyed. So you've got Trent Seven, who's looking very trim on this game compared to real life.
But very good.
I apologise, Trent, if you're watching. Yeah, like he's fucking watching.
If he's watching.
I almost put my brand then. So Trent Seven, and of course the current UK... Is it UK? It is UK, isn't it?
UK champion.
UK champion, Master Tyler Bates. And there he is, Mayhem. Oh, I keep nearly putting your guys in my roster.
Don't try it.
Oh, I'm gutted now. I'm absolutely gutted about that. Screw it then. I'm going singles.
He's going singles.
I'm going singles. I might come back to tag teams later on, but...
Oh, here we go. This is where it gets nasty.
See, there's somebody that I would like, but I would probably rather see them on your show, to tell the truth.
Ah, well, that's
because I don't really want to screw it over. You know what? I'm going to take... No, actually, no. This is the guy I actually want as my first pick. And that is going to be, of course, Shinsuke Nakamura.
There we are.
It's my first singles pick for Throwdown. Potential world champion. Potential mid-card champion as well.
Yep.
Mark them off the list because we're going to get confused with these singles ones now, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going for then? Should I just go up to A now, or...?
No, you don't need to go up to A.
No, okay then.
But you can go for...
You don't pick it, have you?
I have picked.
You have picked?
I have picked, and it is Mr. Phil Brooks, Mr. CM Punk.
CM Punk. That's a pretty good pick, actually.
To know that he's my first singles pick shows how much I highly rate him, if it isn't in the octagon. He was
Yeah.
he was having 5-star matches in Ring of Honor before he even treaded in the WWE. It's
Joe versus Punk all the way.
again, if I can manage to snatch Joe, it'd
I
be
think
great.
I've just ruined your pick, haven't I?
You probably ruined my pick.
That's my pick now, isn't it?
It is.
I'm gonna go for a man who I believe was at the very first wrestling show we ever went to live.
Ah,
You've already taken Johnny Gargano, who was there.
yeah.
I'm going to take Mr. Owens.
Yes, Mr. Kevin Steen, as we once see him in Huntingdon,
Yeah.
of all the places.
In the smallest room I've ever been in my entire life.
How far he has come.
Right. So Kevin Owens is on my brand. How many picks we got? Oh, we only 9. That's we've still got 11 left.
We're on
11? No, we've got 21 left. We've got 20 left.
Yes.
I cannot work.
Again, number 10. He should have been first pick. However, he comes with the greatest manager of all time. It is Mr. Brock Lesnar.
I'm already there. I saw that coming straight away. Yeah, you can have Paul Heyman along with him. As long as it's not a gimmick match, you can have Paul Heyman whenever you like.
Lovely.
Because for some reason the game does not allow managers in gimmick matches.
Ah,
I suppose that makes sense for some matches.
and
But
he will appear more times than he is in the current day.
I don't know. We'll have to have a discussion with him. See if he's willing to be generated that often.
Yeah.
Who am I going to go for then? See, I'm sort of caught in this mindset of, do I want to go for people that I really want, or do I go for people that are very good? Not saying the people that I want are not very good. You know, I'm going to go for people that I really want. Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh.
And I'm going to be using Zack Sabre Jr. at the top of the card where he should be, not as a cruiserweight.
Ooh.
I'm going to be using him as a main event star
Ooh.
because he is that good. I think he's that good anyway. He's one of my favourites. in the world.
We've seen him in person.
And can you imagine Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenny Omega or versus Okada?
That's an 8 out of 10 match in my
That
opinion.
is. That's an 8 out of 5 match.
Oh, God.
Zack Ryder?
No, we're Zack Ryder. No, thank
I'll
you.
try to help you out, you know?
You called it earlier. It is Mr. AJ Styles,
Yeah.
number 11.
No, I wanted AJ, but at the same time, having him with the club just seems natural, doesn't it, really?
It does. And possible feud with Punk. I mean, that's...
Ooh, Styles versus Punk, I like that.
Yeah. That's,
See if we can align a tag team with Punk and make it like a 6-man feud.
Yeah. Well, you got Punk had an affiliation with Gallows.
You know what I like as well? Styles versus Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
That's a match I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this universe is going to be fucking incredible. I think I've had too many red stripes.
No, continue.
That's my pick, isn't it? Yeah, it's
It
my
is
pick.
your pick. That's how many stripes you've had.
Yeah, I'm lost. Again, I think I'm stuck between two here, but both of them I think are going to be the same boat. I think I am going to go for exactly the same as my last pick. Somebody that I just really want, but someone I'm going to use high up the card. Ricochet.
Oh, I knew it. That was my next pick.
Was the next pick? Was it?
It was my next pick.
Yeah, Ricochet again. Somebody who's going to be very good on my roster, but also dominate Octane. I think.
Oh, not happy about that one.
See, it was
Not
between
happy
him
about that
and one other.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if you're going to pick the other one now because it's very similar style. When I say similar style, I mean similar usage.
You know, I'm going to go for a guy who's pretty much in the middle of the pack. It's got to be Joe. It's got to be Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I knew that was coming as well.
You know, him and Lesnar, possibility. I mean, that would be
I have done that on. You know what? I don't know if you've seen my WrestleMania video. Part 5 was amazing.
part 5.
Part 5 or Part V, I called it.
Okay.
I was being very WrestleMania minded. It's
Yes.
yeah. Samoa Joe versus Goldberg was possibly one of the best matches I think my game has ever thrown out. It was amazing. And that was actually your idea as well,
It
wasn't
was.
it? That
It
was
was,
your idea, that match.
A streak versus a streak as
Yep.
unbeaten is gone.
That's how I tried to do it, although my promo skills aren't the best. That's my pick again, isn't
It
it?
is your pick.
Right, this is the one that I mentioned to you beforehand that might come across a bit dodgy, but I don't even know if I can do it. I'm going to take 2001 Chris Jericho.
Ooh, undisputed champion Chris Jericho, the first ever
Yeah, I think
undisputed champion.
I think him in that era against some of the guys that I've got on my roster
Oh,
is going to be very good. And that was one of my sort of wild... That was one of the ones that I didn't think you'd guess I'd pick.
No, it's definitely a...
But just... I think it was when I was watching that video yesterday, that Rest and Regret video, and looking at Chris Jericho in New Japan.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, that's not a bad idea.
Well, Japan, Mexico, Germany, he went everywhere.
Yeah, so I could have gone for the up-to-date one, but I think the classic one was a bit more my style. I think the lion salt and that sort of stuff.
I'm going to make my next pick. I don't think you're going to be happy, but it has to be Mr. Kota Ibushi. I have picked my first Japanese talent, and it was, well, again, a no-brainer.
It's a Japanese talent, but you've seen him a lot in WWE, I suppose, haven't you?
Yeah.
I can imagine the next one's going to be Yoshitatsu.
No, thank you.
No Yoshitatsu?
No.
Oh, I had you as a shoe-in for Yoshitatsu. I'll tell you what, my entire thing's just gone out of my head now. What I was going to pick and what I'm now thinking, I'm just looking on the list, and there's one screaming out at me right now, but I'm going to go against my screaming, even though I know this is someone you're going to pick very soon. I'm going to go for Seth Rollins.
Ooh.
Somebody that I want, somebody, again, who's going to fit very much the style of the other people on my roster.
Strong pick.
And, yeah, it wasn't necessarily the guy I was going to pick, but the guy I'm going to pick is hopefully going to come to me pretty soon. But then again, you might pick him. That was a very confusing sentence I just made.
It was a very confusing sentence. And I believe that I'm going to pick your brain by having this person. It is Mr. Finn Balor.
Oh, crap, that wasn't even the one I was thinking of, but that's... I completely forgot about Finn Balor. That's how good this bloody roster is. I forgot about Finn Balor, but
yeah.
Finn Balor on Mayhem I think is going to suit quite nicely.
Again, we see him on his last tour of England before he signed the contract.
That picture of you with Finn Balor is incredible.
Yes, I also asked him not to be put in a stereotypical Irish tag team with Sheamus. However, I don't believe that they were going to go down that route anyway.
I godforsaken hope not.
Yeah.
Right. This is coming outside the box as well for me. Because I generally, if you watch a lot of my videos, you know that I'm a big advocate of youth in everything I do, be it FIFA, be it Foot Manager, but I'm going to go for a legend.
Ooh.
And it's one of the highest legends on there. And again, somebody who's going to suit the style of the roster, the Macho Man.
Dig it!
Randy Savage is coming to Throwdown.
One of the best in the 80s.
Yeah,
the best.
Looking at that list, and there's still people I think higher rated than him I probably should be taking, but
yeah.
it just screams at me. There's another one I want as well.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
I don't know if this will be a wise choice. I believe it will be.
This is the halfway point now,
This is the halfway point.
The halfway house.
And I believe it has to be Daniel Bryan. The matches he could have with Balor and Ibushi and Joe and Styles and Punk.
And Bret Hart.
And Bret Hart.
And Owen Hart.
It goes on and on.
I think Daniel Bryan and Owen Hart could be an amazing match.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. I like that. I do like that. Is it there?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for next. A tricky one, isn't it? Again, I'm just looking. You know what? I'm going to go for Austin Aries.
Oh!
The newly downloaded Austin Aries.
Oh, it was my next pick.
I've done that twice to you now.
You have.
So literally, I've just downloaded the DLC, and so far you've picked the club. I picked Austin Aries. Got Ty Dillinger on there, and then some random guy that we've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Mojo Rawley or something like that.
Oh, that American football player.
No idea who he is.
That man, he doesn't belong to be in the ring.
No idea who he is.
Yeah.
And again, Austin Aries is someone that will see an Octane as well. So another guy potentially going for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah. I'm going to pick someone so off the cuff that is one of my personal favourites of all time. It is the Dragon. It is Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, you git. Absolute git. That was another one of mine. That was my other legend I was looking at.
You know,
again, because
underestimated talent.
Yeah.
If he was in the current day, he would be at the top.
And again, somebody who I think will be using an Octane as well, Cruiserweight show.
Yeah.
If you put Ricky Steamboat against some of the up-and-coming Cruiserweights, that's going to be a good one, that.
Yeah.
Right. I need to hit you hard here.
Not too hard.
You know what I'm going to go for? I've been looking at this name for the last 3 or 4 picks and going somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I'm finally going to do it. Jay Lethal.
Oh.
because it's just such a good core as well. Look at that's fantastic. But I have to go for it eventually. I've been looking at it for so long. And again, as someone who could very much dominate the mid card and even go main event, he's been doing pretty well on the indie scene as recent.
TNA shouldn't have let him go.
TNA
have let him go.
TNA can't do anything, can they?
Well, it was Hogan and Bischoff, and they didn't see money in him, and shocking.
I know. Let's just make him a black Ric Flair.
Absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
Although that was hilarious.
It was. It probably was the best he ever got over.
Very much. Right, my pick. And that pick is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ooh, you've got a lot more attitude than I am. A lot more attitude than I am. He's under Steve Austin. I'm looking for Stone Cold. Do you want? You got Steve Austin. You don't want stunning Steve Austin, do you?
I don't want stunning Steve. No,
No. It's worth a try. I thought I could get the other one.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. Your show. That's right. I see we've managed to pick the 5 highest right in the game so far. See, I think I'm stuck thinking too much. How many picks we got left? This is my 17th, so we've got 13 picks after. Yeah. Gonna have some very strong rosters, aren't we? Thinking about it, I am gonna go for Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Again, somebody I think is really going to match our roster very, very well. Good mix of styles. Eddie Guerrero, Kenny Omega could be a good match, and throw Carter in the mix as well. And
yeah, not bad rosters either way. I'm going to go for someone who's not given a main event push, which is again diabolical. It is Mr. Claudio Castagnoli. It is Mr. Cesaro.
Mate, I was already there. When you said hasn't had his main event push, I was already on Cesaro. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming. I'm starting to struggle now looking down the lists. Right. This could work. I am going to make... This next pick is basically going to be glorious. I'm there for Booker T.
Booker T.
Bobby Roode it is.
Don't just tell me you said that. Bobby Roode.
Oh, they get busting back their wrestling puns.
Bobby Roode. Yeah. And personally, as I said to you before, I don't rate him at all. I love his theme. Even in TNA.
Bobby
Team
Roode,
Canada, I've watched him for years.
I must admit, there's a ton of hype.
Yeah.
But when he gets into a match, his wrestling style's not actually that entertaining.
It's very average.
I think he's good at telling a story in the ring, but his actual moveset itself...
It's bland.
It is a bit, yeah.
It's bland.
Still glorious, though.
Very glorious.
Very glorious.
Very glorious. Right. You see, the thing is, we haven't really gone on to the second page.
Oh my god, the second page.
Oh my god, Luke, you've made a mistake. Because you've left out someone who...
You know what, I'm starting to think we need 40 picks rather than 30.
We may need 40 picks.
I think we're going to do that, 40 picks rather than 30.
An addition that was made today, and again, he's gone straight to it. It is Mr. Kurt Angle.
Oh, you know what, I forgot because that's just a lot of stuff. That's just a lot of stuff. I hope there's another tag team on your list still to come, isn't there?
I hope so.
I hope there is another tag team to come. The New Age Team Angle needs to happen. It needs to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Right, since you've turned the page, I'm going to join you and go for a man who... Sorry, I'm just wasting time. I've got no idea.
You've got no idea.
I've got no idea.
I've done him here.
No, I'm going to take one of my favourite wrestlers, and it's going to be Pentagon Jr.
Pentagon Jr.
I don't know, it might be a bit early to go for Pentagon, but again, I don't want to miss him because...
I might steal him.
You probably will steal him, yeah.
Right. So if we look further down the list, some pretty good picks.
Right, some good picks.
But it's one that I've seen. He's coming to the UK very soon. It is Mr. Jeff Cobb. The man is unreal.
Jeff Cobb.
He can lift anything. Him and Lesnar.
Really
could you imagine? Him and Lesnar.
I'd like to see him and Brian Cage in some sort of lifting contest.
Oh, yeah.
Because Brian Cage is... Since Brian Cage has started using the Steiner screwdriver as a finisher maneuver as well, he's just incredible.
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb's a real one out of the box for you, actually. Huh?
It is. It is.
It'd be interesting to see how he's used in these show.
Yeah.
Or do we? You know what I said earlier on about Kevin Owens being the main face of the first ever wrestling show we went to.
Yeah.
But I was wrong.
Ah.
You know exactly who I'm picking, didn't you?
Go on then.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
It's Jake, the greatest mind in the business.
Snakes and ladders, Jake the Snake. To tell the truth, I really want Jake Roberts, but I don't think he necessarily matches my roster very well. But still, I'm taking him.
No, he's a legend.
I'm still taking him.
Absolutely.
Since you stole my Ricky the Dragon Steamboat,
after
I
I took the Dragon.
I really wanted Michaels. I really wanted Savage, Steamboat.
Great workers in the ring. And talking of great workers, it's Mr. Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
Oh, you absolute git. Right, there goes my next pick. You've got me this time.
Hey!
And I don't know how to spell it. Is he under Mr. Perfect on this game, or is he under Kurtz? He's under The Miz. No, Mr. Perfect, there he is. I tell you what, I really like both our rosters so far. I must admit, if we're going to have 40 picks now, because I've realised how good our roster is, we need to pick more.
Yeah.
If we're going to have 40 picks, we're currently at the halfway stage, and looking at both the rosters,
Strong.
they're just effing incredible.
Strong.
They are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Right, who am I going to go for? See, I'm looking further on the list now, see if there's any sort of outside the box ones as well. Even if you look on that second list, there's some pretty good names on there still, isn't there? I'm going to do it. I've just seen the names you put at the bottom.
Ah.
I don't know if... I'm going to go Dean Malenko.
Oh.
I'm going Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko.
A man who's going to school all of the youth on our Octane roster in the way of the Cruiserweight. Dean Malenko.
Not bad,
I'm happy with that. That's your fault for turning the page. If you hadn't turned the page, I wouldn't notice.
You wouldn't have had Malenko. I'm going to go for a tag team, as I've been told that I need to pick a tag team. So the tag team I will be picking is American Alpha.
Already done it.
That's it. He's reading my mind.
When you said tag team and one of your last picks was Kurt Angle, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
The new Team Angle lives.
Oh yes, better than the world's greatest tag team. Shelton Benjamin was class. Charlie Haas was not class.
And if they don't do this on WWE now, they got Kurt Angle back.
Yeah, it would be
absolute criminal.
Yeah.
Plus, I do remember reading about 4 or 5 months ago that Kurt Angle actually said himself that if he came back, he wanted to manage this tag team.
And please, not Jack Swagger. Please.
Jack Swagger.
Oh no, please.
He probably wouldn't realise it'd be too high. He wouldn't have a clue what's going on, would he? See, that's a really good tag team, but I really don't like Christian.
No.
That's the problem. I really like Edge, but I just don't like Christian.
He was good in TNA.
He was good because he was the shiniest turd, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
The biggest fish in the small pond at the time, but... And then as soon as other people like Kurt Angle and... Well, I was going to say Booker T and Kevin Nash came in, he sort of got
as
drowned
soon as
out,
the ex-WWE Pats come in, and...
Yeah, it sort of all went downhill for him.
Yeah.
Right, let me just mark that one off because I've got that one. I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to recreate a tag team of my own. One that we didn't have on the list to go with.
Yeah.
I'm bringing back Beer Money for my roster.
James Storm.
James Storm is coming to Throwdown. I'm going to have such a strong tag team roster.
Yeah.
And James Storm and Bobby Roode are going to be pretty damn good. I can't even see mine because for some reason I've decided to put mine in dark green, which is always helpful.
It is visible. It is visible.
But I think I've got some pretty damn strong tag teams on there now.
Yeah. My pick. 173-0. Former American football player, WCW legend, Bill Goldberg.
In. Did a pretty decent run in Japan as well. He did New Japan.
Yeah, very brief, but he had a run. It's amazing what you do for money.
Yeah. I'm going to go Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Ah.
Someone that I wanted earlier on, but I just knew he wouldn't be the sort of person you'd pick.
No.
And I just think, again, he would suit my roster, and I think he could have some cracking matches with some of the guys on there as well.
Yeah.
So, Tanahashi it is.
Okay. My pick.
I see John Cena still at the top.
John Cena will probably be picked last.
If at all.
If at all.
I want Bo Dallas before John Cena.
Oh. But, yeah, my next pick is Sami Zayn.
Oh. I still got caught in two minds then. I was going to go, oh, and then I was going to end up his entrance music at the same time.
Oh.
El Generico, the generic luchador.
Ole, ole, ole.
It's amazing that the generic luchador, El Generico, actually become one of the hottest gimmicks on the indie scene.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it on paper, it's shit.
Yes.
It really is bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it works so well for him.
The Arabic luchador.
I'm going to strengthen my mid card. I've got Ultimate Dragon on there. What happened there then? I must have not downloaded it. I must have messed this up a bit, haven't I? I'm going to go for... I forgot who I was going to pick now. Yeah, I'm going to strengthen my mid card pretty much here with using a man from ex-WWE. Now working quite extensively across the indie scene, including, of course, Lucha Underground.
Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Mundo. Hey, Johnny. That's my best Darian Quaid impression. Lucha Underground.
John Morrison.
Jomo.
Funny story, he actually got released because Vince McMahon thought he was a coward for letting Dave Bautista fuck Melina. He did do nothing about it. He did nothing about it.
Have you seen the size of Batista? I'd let him do it to me if he wanted to.
I mean,
I'm not saying no.
When you're not allowed to hug Trish Stratus in a main event, WrestleMania match, then you think it's hard times, as Dusty Rhodes would say. But he's hard times.
Hard times.
Yes, but
there's no wrestlers in there. We're still listening.
He's never reclaimed his spot in the top show. Doing well in Lucha Underground. Good pick.
He's doing pretty well in Lucha Underground. I don't think he's ever really gone. Saying that I haven't watched season 3 yet, so I'm probably going to get loads of spoilers in the comment section now. But I don't think he's ever gone quite... I don't think he's held the championship, but he's had some pretty good matches.
Yeah.
And he seems intent on throwing everybody through Dario Cueto's front window. He's thrown so many... The best one, I was watching season 2 the other night, and he threw Brian Cage through Dario Cueto's window, smashed through the window, Cage went fully through, and Cage no-sold it. He just come walking back out the door like, what was that?
Yeah.
It's so funny. The thing is, it's such a bad thing in wrestling no-selling, but at the same time, it just makes so funny moments every now and again, and Brian Cage is just so good at it.
Ooh.
You're stuck now, aren't you?
I am stuck.
Remember, you want to try and have a presence on Octane as well. I don't know how many cruiserweights you've got.
I've picked quite a few cruiserweights. I've picked quite a few. But...
You've got him, haven't you? Samage.
Yeah. I'm going to go for the man they call Sting. Just because I am a massive Sting fan.
Now, what do you want? Do you want Sting now? Do you want Sting Attitude, or do you want Sting early 80s or early 90s?
Sting Attitude.
Yeah, so you can have Sting now, you can have Sting from WCW, or you can have Sting from back in the day.
99 Sting.
You're taking proper Sting.
Yes. Can't call it proper Sting.
Sting in his prime.
There you go.
Prime Sting.
Yes.
Is this Sting in his prime though, or would you class early 90s as his prime?
No, because the early 90s is when he really got...
That's when he was having his top matches though, wasn't he?
Yeah, with Flair and Nikita Koloff, he had a good run.
I like that, you know.
To be fair, 99 Sting was probably his worst time. He was feuding with Vampiro and...
I really like that. The thing is, I didn't watch much WCW, but I don't know what it was. I think it was just the dark aspect of that feud.
I think at one stage he was bitten by a dog, and it was really bad.
I seem to remember at one point in that feud, didn't they finish that feud on a Human Inferno match?
Human Torch match?
Yeah, and the way to win was to light your opponent on fire.
Yeah.
And I seem to remember at one point Vampiro dumping an entire load of blood on Sting in the middle of the ring.
So basically they copied the Human Torch match from the Inferno, and the whole blood thing must have come from the Brood. I mean, where else would they have got them ideas, Kevin Sullivan? So...
Well, they obviously went for himself, weren't they?
They did, and they put Psycho Sid as the champion, so you know that Kevin Sullivan was booking.
I seem to remember as well, I was quite young at the time, so I think I was easily amused, but I remember Psycho Sid versus Kevin Nash in a Jackknife versus Jackknife match.
Ooh.
First person to hit the Jackknife won.
Yeah, that might have been a good 5-minute match before it went
sounds,
stale.
now that I think about it at the time, it sounds incredibly boring, but at the time I was so hyped for that match. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But then again, we all got stuck in the hype of Goldberg, and now when you look at him now, you realise he was just...
Draft number 23. Normally, he would have been in the top 5.
When you said normally, for some reason in my mind, I instantly wanted to draft Storm and Norman Smiley next. We've not downloaded him, but I really want Storm and Norman Smiley now.
A Northamptonshire local.
He is, yeah.
Don't think
And
he's
now,
from Florida.
Did you ever see that video of of Chris Hero in PWG just after he got released?
No.
And the crowd were chanting, as PWG crowd does, they were chanting like, fuck Bill DeMott, fuck Bill DeMott.
Yeah.
Then one guy shouted, fuck Norma Smiley.
Yeah.
And Chris Hero just instantly stopped everyone and said, if you say a bad word about Norma Smiley once again, I'll come out there and get you myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norma Smiley, I think, is the one. Obviously, Bill DeMott is a notoriously cock.
Yeah.
But I think Norma Smiley is someone that everyone seems to really like and really get on with.
I think his reputation was tarnished with him being in the hardcore division, but as far as catch as catch can wrestling British style, Norman Smiley was one of the first to come over to America in the early 90s at WCW and showed the path. Before Regal, before Finlay, he was one of the first. So he
was, yeah.
He earns his respect.
Regal's not on this game, is he?
No.
That's crazy. How can you take the... Especially when he's the general manager of NXT, how can he not be on the game? That's just crazy.
Really never had any championships, tag team and intercontinental European. Not really a upper card guy.
Yeah, but he's legendary for getting sacked for sandbagging Goldberg.
Sandbagging Goldberg, failing drugs tests. Regal's done it all.
It was really... I'm annoyed at that, because he's been in the last two games, as has Fit Finlay as well.
Yeah.
I always put them together as a tag team because I'm lazy like the WWE and just thought they're both British, we'll stick them together as a tag team.
That's it. I believe it's your pick.
Talking of tag teams, we had a conversation about this off camera, and if we're going to go to 40 picks rather than 30, I think we should split these two guys up because it doesn't make sense.
No.
The idea is I had put down on my list, where's the tag team that's gone? Yeah, I put on my list the tag team of Flips and Forearms, which is a tag team that used to be in the UK quite a while ago, and it was, when we started going to UK shows, it was Mark Andrews and Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
I put them together on this, but it just doesn't make sense because Mark Andrews, yeah. So I'm going to go for the man that I thought was a stone wall. Before the show even started, I called this. You did? And I thought stone wall Pete Dunne was going to win, and he didn't. And I was gutted in the end, but I'm going to pick Pete Dunne, and look how good that core is. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is fantastic, and again, I think he's going to be part of our cruiserweight division as well because, well, he is the bruiserweight.
Well, his face has never been so fresh. Not one bit of acne on this man's face.
I know, it's incredible.
Brilliant core.
It's amazing how many young English wrestlers have so much... I was going to say...
Hey, we're in our late 20s now. We don't get acne.
No, I was just trying to say that isn't acne a side effect of steroids?
They say it is, but then you can't accuse a 13-year-old boy or girl of taking steroids.
I'm not suggesting that Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne and Will Ospreay were all on steroids.
Yeah.
But acne is a pretty bad side effect. But
it is.
But then again, acne is also a pretty bad side effect of being 16.
There you go.
So
number 26.
That's my disclaimer, by the way.
Number 26 is the Sky Blondes, Jack Evans and Angelico.
Didn't see that one coming. Did not see that coming. Look how easy this is now that I can figure this out. It's amazing. So Jack Evans, who I thought was Canadian and was very well put in my place in the comment section. Why did I think he was Canadian? I just always have done.
I've always just known him as a breakdancing spot monkey.
Yeah. But if you watch some very early Ring of Honor,
I did watch very early Ring of Honor.
You'll be surprised that he's not either dead or in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he was famous for his flips and his...
He's very much like AR Fox is now, where you just don't feel he's going to get through the next year.
No.
Because of just some of the dives he go for are just insane. But Angelico goes for much more insane dives, but somehow always manages to land them perfectly.
Definitely.
You've seen the ones on Lucha Underground, where the one, I think the best one was where he jumped off of Dario Cueto's office and drop-kicked somebody off a ladder.
Yeah.
So how do you get that accurate to drop kick someone off a ladder when you've run and jumped from an office outside the ring to the middle of the ring? It's just insane.
I personally believe he's worth more than his 79 overall. I believe he's definitely in the 80s. However, you can't argue with numbers. They are there.
I think once we've done the rosters and we've seen exactly who we've got, I think we can move the overalls around to try and make sure that everyone's sort of correct on the ratios.
Yep.
It's my pick, isn't it?
It is.
Right, this, you're going to take the piss at me for this, you really are.
Really?
And some people out there might as well, but some people out there I think are going to have the same opinion as me. And you're smirking because I think you might know what I'm going to go for.
Go for it.
When I very first started watching it, I'm going to tell a story with this one.
Okay.
She might be able to tell. When I very first started watching NXT, the main event, I don't remember who they were facing, but the main event, he's writing it down already.
Yeah, I know.
The main event was something that I thought was just incredible. The entrance and everything was incredible. and I really, really like them in NXT. I'm going to go for the Ascension.
Oh.
But I am going to use the Ascension better. And I think I've had this conversation with people in the comment section below about how I don't think the Ascension have been very well used.
They have not been very well used.
Now, in my previous 2 universe modes, I have recreated my own version of the Ministry.
Yeah.
A more up-to-date version. And in both occasions, I've used the Ascension as the tag team.
Yeah. As long as Connor don't get a ban for 30 days for taking whatever he was taking, the tag team can grow. However, occurrences like that will not help them. So
well, as long as Bram doesn't come back and beat Charlotte up again.
Hey, yeah,
we gotta get so done for this video.
Yes, we are. But he's British, so we will allow it.
Yeah. Domestic violence.
We are not drinking Stella, so we are fine.
No, we're Jamaican.
We are Jamaican.
We need a beer, don't we?
Yeah. But I'm going to make my pick, and I'm surprised that this pick has not been done yet, because it's only just been formed today, and it's number 27. It's the Time Splitters.
Ooh,
it
Time
is
Splitters.
Alex Shelley and Kushida.
I wasn't expecting you to go for that as well.
I am a massive Alex Shelley fan. I believe when I was younger, watching the wrestling channel on Sky, there was a wrestler called Alex Shelley, and he was known to be... He watched everything. Every country, every hold, every move. And he did have the paparazzi gimmick in TNA.
Oh, I remember that. That was awful.
It was awful.
It was only awful because when I watched it, he was going against fucking Kevin Nash.
Yes.
And I don't like those because it always... You know it's always going to end one way. When you've got a face small man versus a heel big man, there's no point because you know what's going to happen.
I remember when Sting came back to TNA at one stage and Alex Shelley was secretly filming him with his son, and...
Well, that sounds very like you're going to get arrested.
It does. It was harmless. They were playing baseball and...
It was harmless. It's just a bit of stalking.
Yeah, Sting...
It's fine.
Basically threatened Alex Shelley, and I thought he's actually going to get pushed into the upper card. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. He ended up working with the Motor Machine Guns, so... Yeah.
Well, that's it. It was Saban who got the push in the end, wasn't it? And Saban only got the push basically because he nearly broke... Did Saban get the push before? No,
after.
It was after he did, because didn't he do? He did one ACL, didn't he?
And then done the other.
And then his first match back, I think it was an Ultimate X match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he did the other knee.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. So he was out for like 2 years, then came back and then got that push, and that was the only reason he got the push. And I don't even remember if it was that over.
I think that's why Velvet Sky left him for Bully Ray. You know, when both your knees go out, you can't exactly do all the positions in the world. So she went to the Bully. And fair enough.
He's got some pretty big calves. I'm sure he can...
there you go.
He can get in some pretty good position.
Pure calf. Pure calf.
Oh, this is going badly. Roman Reigns. No, no.
Yeah.
No, we're not going Roman Reigns. I shouldn't even put him on the list, really, should I? What am I going to go for? Oh, this is a tricky one. I think I've got a name in my head who I want to go for. I think we're going to need to... Where are we now? We're on 27, so we've got 13 picks. We've got 12 picks each because we're on 28 now, aren't we?
Yeah.
I've got 13, you've got 12.
Yeah.
Ooh, what am I going to go for? I think I've got my name. I'm going to go Neville.
He's going to go for...
I'm going to go for Neville, yeah. Good old Pac, the man who Gravity forgot.
Yeah.
The man who the WWE forgot his first name, basically.
Yes, they gave him Adrian, but that didn't last long.
I think what I might do, because we're probably going to have some space left on the cores when we finish this draft. So what I will do afterwards is I'll download the new heel Neville attire.
Yeah.
And use that instead, but I'll use this for now.
Okay.
It's all down to you.
It is down to me.
Notorious Jobber.
Notorious Jobber, PJ Tovey. This pick will be...
Oh, it's not going to go middle page.
No, it's not going to be a middle page. I'm just scanning through, just
There's still some stables left.
I know there's some stables. But I'm going to go for the legend, the Phenom.
John Cena.
Undertaker.
Oh, Undertaker, okay. Now again, you've got your choice. Do you want current Taker, 2000 Taker, or retro Taker? 2000 Taker's American Badass.
No.
See, I'd want 2000 Taker, but I want the Phenom one, which is about 97 Taker, really, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can have current American Badass, or Retro. None of them.
I think the Retro one would be a bit out of place for the Mayhem
Yeah.
roster. The 2000 gimmick was where Vince said to Taker, look, be you. You ride your bikes. Because he always changed his persona to why he has lasted for decades. But for me, it has to be the current look of the Taker.
I think that's probably the best one, isn't it?
He's had a few different hairstyles and he's removed his ex-wife's name from his neck.
That must have been so painful.
Laser removal, it does magical things.
Laser removal is supposed to be more painful than tattoos, though. And
But just imagine if he had to put Michelle McCool right across his neck. That would have been painful.
I'm pretty sure he's put Michelle McCool over his neck a few times.
Yes! Oi. That was you, not me.
I'm sorry.
Pearl necklace, terrible.
Oh, I bet there's a woman wrestler somewhere called Pearl Necklace, you know. I bet there is.
Yeah.
I bet there is. There's dodgy names everywhere, aren't there? Right, well, that's me getting banned from YouTube. See, I would like Mil Muertes, but I don't think he suits the roster at all. As much as he looks really good on this game, I don't think he suits what I'm sort of going for.
But I don't think you understood what I tried for there. I can finally bring you Undertaker versus Sting. Jesus Christ. It's been a long time. It is the ultimate fans match.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't put 2000 against 99 Sting because it would have defeated the element. I couldn't put 91 Taker with 90 Sting. This is the best I can give.
And you've also got the potential of course, one of my WrestleMania matches again on part 5 of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
With thumb up, it's pointless.
Let's try and plug that as much as we can.
Yeah, that was Undertaker versus Finn Balor in a Iron Man match.
Yeah.
Which went for the full 15 minutes without a single pinfall. That was good because we had a special with Finn Balor attire. That was pretty good, actually. So that's some pretty good matches you've got there, actually.
Yeah.
And Time Splitters and Sky Bonds. I need another tag team, don't I? I need another cruiserweight tag
As
team.
if I've left you any.
I said, have you?
Los Matadors?
I think all the cruiserweight tag teams are gone.
Yep.
Bar 2 or 3. Yeah.
There's not many.
There's not many at all, is there? There is. The tricky one is there's only one person this one I actually won, but I'm going to go for it.
Yep.
Going to go for it. I'm going to go for the Lucha Dragons.
Yeah, it's all about Kalisto.
Yeah, it's all about Kalisto. But again, it'd be good to have the extra sort of cruiserweights around. I don't know if these two guys will actually feature that much on the main show. That's the problem, but
again, it is still a bonus to have someone like Kalisto to beef up the cruiserweight division.
yeah, I think Kalisto could probably do quite well, actually.
Or as we know him as Samurai Del Sol.
Oh, good old Samurai Del Sol, yeah. Still one of my favourite matches I ever watched was
PWG?
yeah, Samurai Del Sol and AR Fox versus Rich Swann and Ricochet.
Yeah.
The Inner City Machine Guns. We could use them as a tag team on this, didn't we?
We should have, but to be fair, they're more relevant as single stars at this moment.
I still might pick them now, just to... Who was the... Oh, there was another tag team, when I think it was the Inner City Machine Guns, and they took on... it was Willie Mack and somebody else. And they called themselves... Because I think it was... yeah, they went over to the ring announce before the match.
It wasn't Black Jesus, was it?
No, I don't think he's ever been...
Cameron?
No, I don't think he's ever been in PWG. It was another black guy, I know that. And it might have been AR Fox again. It might have been AR Fox and Willie Mack, and they requested to be called the African American Wolves.
Ah, yeah.
That was just so the crowd just instantly burst into laughter because I think it was just after the American Wolves were signed for TNA. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Again, I'm very simply cover the microphone.
Oh, apologies.
There's always one in there.
There is always one. Now, this is one team that Luke has deterred from. However, I don't really rate him personally. Again, another bloke with a average move set like Bobby Roode. It must be the Canadian in them. It is Edge and Christian, one of the greatest tag teams of all time in WWE.
See, I would have liked to have gone for that, but I stopped watching wrestling for a while, and I think I missed the entire singles career of Edge.
Yeah.
And I unfortunately came back for the entire singles career of Christian.
Yes, so 2005 would have been the run of Edge, and that would have stalled a bit for around 2008, 2009, where Christian returned.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's rather forgettable. However, I'm a massive Brood fan. I love the theme, I love the gimmick.
That's not bad.
So, again, if Gangrel was there, it would be nice. However, Edge is a good talent, as is Christian. But I believe it's the strongest tag team left to pick from.
It is, really, yeah. But have you considered the stables?
Well, you have keep on reminding me for the stables. You have 2 picks left from the 30 and I have 1. And I think he's already picked.
We're going 40. We're going 40 picks now.
Yes, we are going 40.
We're going 40 picks because I can't not. So that's done and that's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got 3 stables left, I think, on here, haven't we?
Yeah.
Now you think I've picked,
Yes.
but you've not thought who I've picked is correct.
Okay.
That's a really confusing sentence.
Yeah.
And again, it's another situation where there's probably 2 people in the stable that I really want. The others I'm not too bothered about. And I'm going to just quickly keep talking because I really want to figure out how to say this name again. Los Ingobernables.
I'll go for it. Los Ingobernables.
That's actually pretty good. I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think they shortened it to LIG. It's a bit easier that way.
Sounds Mexican, although it's in Japanese.
I think that might be because... now, let me try and do my best to try and figure out exactly what the storyline was. But Tetsuya Naito was, if I remember correctly from what I've seen, he was given a monster push a couple of years ago, and the crowd rejected him. They tried to push Naito as the new Tanahashi.
Yeah.
It completely fell flat in its ass to the point where Naito versus, I think it was Tanahashi actually, for the IWGP Championship was put as the second main event rather than the actual main event, which ended up being Nakamura versus Okada, I think, for the Intercontinental Championship. So what they did is they sent Naito away, and he spent a couple of years with AAA, I think, or it might have been the other one, CMLL. And that's probably where he got the name from. They come back, and since he come back, he's created this stable of himself, of course. I need to look at the list now because I can't remember off the top of my head. We've got Sanada, who's been really hitting the gym / steroids since he got back into New Japan.
He didn't really have an eventful TNA run. He was known as Great Muta's new protege.
Yeah.
He was like a really bad carbon copy of Kota Ibushi. Just
Without
really,
the talent.
yeah, without the talent. And then he had the gimmick with James Storm, where he'd become dark, and it made no sense, and he'd lost his run. And he went back to Japan, not with the towel between his legs, but it just did not work for him.
Well, obviously, by the looks of it, he's quickly left, was it 0-1?
Yeah.
He's quickly left Great Muta's promotion and come to New Japan.
Yeah.
Obviously, they saw something in him, I suppose. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I watched a little bit of... have I done them all? No, I haven't. I've got Evil left. I watched a bit of the G1 Climax Festival, and this really surprised me. This is what really makes me enjoy watching New Japan. Is the first night of the G1 Climax, they had Sanada versus Tanahashi, and they had Okada versus Marufuji. Marufuji being from Noah. Mm-hmm. And I instantly thought in my mind, well, this is a one-way street. This is exactly what's going to happen. Sanada made Tanahashi tap and won the match. And that, I was sitting here thinking, wow, that's really outside. If that was Cena versus, I don't know, somebody equivalent to Sanada in WWE, that would never happen.
Yeah.
No chance whatsoever. And then Marufuji actually won the match over Okada as well. So Marufuji, who was the current Noah Tag Team Champion, defeated the current New Japan IWGP Champion as well in the ring.
Wow.
And obviously Kenny Omega went on to win the G1 Climax anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm talking so much I've forgotten to actually do me things. There we go. That's my stable. There's 2 stables left and they're still pretty good.
There's 2 stables left.
And I am classing those 2 as a cruiserweight.
Yes.
Which I should have looked at earlier because that's better than the one I picked, I think.
Yes, and you can keep that faction, stable, group.
Okay.
Because I am not a fan. I have no knowledge of Suzuki Gun. I can see they have Minoru Suzuki, Shelton Benjamin, Lance Archer, and Davey Boy Jr. Now,
Suzuki is going to be main event in the next major pay-per-view against Okada for the IWGP Championship.
very strong rating.
Yeah,
But-
very high rating.
I'm not too convinced about Lance Archer, TNA Reject, Davey Boy Smith. He appeared on the World of Sport program as the surprise entrant to the Battle Royal.
Do you basically just want Shelton Benjamin?
I want Shelton Benjamin just because I have Alpha, I have Kurt Angle. There was rumours that there was going to be a wrestling faction that consisted of Shelton Benjamin, Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, because they were all amateur wrestlers.
Well,
That, unfortunately, due to Shelton Benjamin's injury...
He's still penciled in. He's just... I think he's actually signed still. I'm not sure.
I've got a feeling he'll come back as a heel. I don't believe he'll come in as a face. Talent. Absolutely talented wrestler. I'm surprised that WWE lost...
it is pretty strange, isn't it, really?
Yeah, at the time he was having great matches with Shawn Michaels. He'd walked away from the world's greatest tag team with Charlie Haas. Super athletic, and in the Money in the Bank matches he was in, he was fantastic. So I will pick Suzuki Gun as
It's
my
up to you. If you don't,
pick.
if you just want Shelton Benjamin, you can just have Shelton
No,
Benjamin.
no, I'm happy with Suzuki Gun. I've got a lack of Japanese stars. I have Kota Ibushi.
You've got Kushida.
I have Kushida. So, and Time Splitters. So yes,
Yeah, you've got more than you think.
I've got more than I think.
And Shelton Benjamin is a good one.
Yes.
Can you a friend of a Shelton Benjamin Triple H?
Yeah, where Triple H doesn't let anyone get over, ever.
That's the normal thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we could only get a golden shovel as a weapon under the ring, that'd be great, wouldn't it? He's got the golden shovel, and the crowd go mild.
I think it was Hardcore Hollywood that comment where the crowd goes mild. I think that was for the Tito Ortiz reveal in TNA, and it was Hardcore Holly who went on the internet and described it as the crowd goes mild because you could hear a pin drop.
The thing is, the first time you used that phrase, because I heard that phrase from you the first time,
Yeah.
I thought it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes mild.
Yes, it was the Huntington Beach bad boy who aligned himself with Samoa Joe. He must have been paid a lot of money to align himself with Tito because Rampage was in there at the time. They tried to take advantage of ex-UFC. Instead of using ex-WWE, they had the deal signed with Bellator, so they thought, right, we're going to raid UFC for their age talent. I was expecting Chuck Liddell to walk down the ramp at any time, but they chose the two and they failed miserably.
Right, now, this is one I think is going to pee you off. I was going to go for the New Day, but I've decided to go something different instead. I wanted retro. That is retro, isn't it?
That is retro.
I'm taking retro Ric Flair.
Ooh.
I think him against some of the current Japanese talent, because we all know what Ric Flair was like in the early 90s.
He fought every Japanese talent. Absolutely
and he pulled off
everybody.
some cracking matches. He really, really did. So I'm going to go for Mr. Ricardo Flair.
Ricardo Flair. Richard Flair.
Yep. Flair.
Flair, if you want to pronounce
Flair.
his last name.
No one. That's why he's had to change that, because no one could pronounce it.
There you go. So we have picked 30. We have 10 more each.
And then we're going to move on to... we're moving on to the women.
Yeah. Excuse me. So, the list is dwindling down.
That's it. We picked a lot of our main eventers now. Now it gives us a chance to sort of beef our rosters up with some other names.
Yeah.
So we've basically picked the entire first page, more or less, apart from a few names on there. Then you've got the second page is looking pretty strong as well, isn't it? There's not many people gone from the second page yet.
No.
And the third page has barely been touched.
Yes.
Well, it hasn't, apart from Dean Malenko that I put on there.
Yeah. I'm a very strong pick.
I forgot what I was going to take, yeah.
It's The Rock. You know, how he has lasted till number 30.
That is hit hard.
Number 31. That shows how much we...
Now, I was having this conversation with myself the week while I was recording this.
with yourself, yeah.
Yeah, I have conversations with myself quite a lot. The Rock current is 92 rated. Been in the ring twice in the last 20 years, whatever
And
it
didn't
is.
his chest explode whilst he was facing Cena?
When he did Cena, yeah, he's when one of his pectorals detached.
We
which
have
is why
said a lot about steroids, but let's be real.
he is monstrous.
He
now.
is monstrous. You've got to remember, Rock was fat. He is from Samoan descent.
Well, if you watch Central Intelligence, you see exactly what he looked
Yes,
like.
yeah. In 1909, around that era, he had pectoral surgery. That's why he was to don the black short top that he was famous for the I Quit match against Mankind at Royal Rumble. very much in steroids. You know, he isn't a professional wrestler. He is a Hollywood actor. So him and Lesnar somehow fail, like Triple H, to avoid drug testing. But it's clearly...
If only your job was as easy.
If only my job was easier. But The Rock has clearly had body enhancement, so that's not to hold it against him.
Let's just say, right, you've got current day Rock 92 rated.
Yeah.
Right? Been in the ring twice in the last 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Prime Rock, 91 rated.
And you know what? I don't want the current Rock, because I don't like the current Rock. It has to be 2001. Although, even in 2001, he still, at that time, roughly sold out to Hollywood. So, I will still go for the 2001 Rock, because, let's be real, that was when he was in his prime.
Mate, your roster's just going to... It's going to be good for me, because your roster is very much different to mine.
Yeah.
Mine's going to be very much up and coming, and I've got a few legends there in mine, but yours is... I like yours. Yours is very much more balanced than mine is, I think.
I planned it from the very get-go. This has been on the cards for a good couple of months. So
right, I'm not even going to look, because I had this pick and then I forgot this pick, then I had this pick, then you started talking and I forgot the pick again, but I'm going to go for it now. I picked Ric Flair last time.
You did.
So I'm going to go for a man who, like you said, faced Ric Flair very early in...
I know where you're going.
...time in WCW.
The Great Muta.
I'm going for the Great Muta. I'm going for retro Great Muta as well.
I was the one who told you to bring in the Great Muta into this draft.
And then you forgot to pick him.
And I forgot to pick him. Massive fan. The originator of the Mist. You know, he, at the late 80s in WCW, had superb feuds with Sting and Flair. He was great in the ring and still competing today. It's absolutely magnificent. Great, great talent.
It is, yeah. And I think, again, I think his style suits very much... Even the up-and-comers could have a decent match against Mewtwo because of the style.
Yeah.
So what are you going to go for? Not to put you under pressure or anything like that.
No, no pressure.
Pick it now. Pick it now.
Pick it now.
You've got to pick it.
It's the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
And Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes.
That's an interesting one.
I'm a massive fan of the Dream.
I wasn't expecting that, to tell the truth.
One of the best promo guys in the business. Had the polka dots in WWF. He shouldn't be known for his WWE run, because in WCW he was a major figurehead in how the show was run. He was the booker. He was the top man. And a great talent, sorely missed, and definitely number 32 in my pick.
So my question to you is, where do you intend to use... I didn't see much of Dusty. I know of Dusty Rhodes, but I've not seen a lot of his actual stuff.
Dusty could go Broadway. This was before Japanese were going Broadway. He was with Flair in the feuds. They could go for hour-long draws. Although he was a big guy, he could go. And again, the bionic elbow, he had the charisma. He might not have had the wrestling talent, but his charisma and his aura put him over stratosphere. So, massive fan of the Dream. The Dream is one of my picks.
Sort of see him as sort of like an upper mid card.
Oh, I definitely. I just.
Or do you think main event?
No, definitely
not.
Not main event.
The Rock,
no.
He's an 87 on this game, which is more upper mid card normally.
Yeah, but you've got people on here like Steamboat, another retro guy. At the end of the day, you can go against anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. This is the whole point of this draft, is that it is pure fantasy. It is something that...
There's some different matches we've not seen before, definitely.
Exactly.
So what have we got? Now I've got 8 picks left, you've got 7. This is really getting tight now, isn't it? Really getting tight. There's so many names on this list I still want.
Yeah.
Though... I'm going to go for a man that, again, I'm surprised has lasted this long on the list. A man who, for a very brief amount of time, I believe, if my mind's correct, was the Ring of Honor television champion.
Oh.
Or is he still the Ring of Honor television champion? I'm not sure. I'm going to go for Marty Skull.
I would love to...
Marty Cracked Skull.
Mary is Mr. Marty Cracked Skull. His very brief appearances in TNA... He overshot a spot where we genuinely believed he cracked his skull open.
He completely missed Spud.
He overshot it really bad.
TNA's barriers were like metal. They were like steel.
Yes.
They weren't like the padded stuff that WWE used. They were like steel.
And the people might disagree. I didn't believe that this kid would be as strong as he is today.
Yeah,
to be
no,
recognised across the world.
I'm with you.
We see him in the British boot camp, Party Marty, as he was then known.
Yeah.
Just a cocky jock, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't see him going any further. All of a sudden, brings out this new gimmick. He goes heel, and he's fantastic, you know. And fair play to the guy.
And his in-ring ability has really just come on tenfold as well. And obviously won the Battle of Los Angeles this year.
Yes, and that surprised me definitely because
who's the current TWG champion? I've got it's not Zach, is it?
Is it still Zack Sabre Jr.?
It could be, because I'm sure I've seen scheduled somewhere Mighty Skull versus Zack Sabre Jr. in the main event,
Well,
which would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Former tag team together, of course, as they were leaders of New School, weren't they?
And obviously, I know he's British, but he has a very much catch as catch can again style of wrestling. Very much a general in the ring. Relies a lot on submission-based manoeuvres. Is it the chicken wing that was used by Bob Backlund? You know, very, very underrated talent.
That's a good pick, that is. I like that.
Yeah. So now it's my pick. So I've got to try and...
It is my pick, yeah. I was about to say...
No, it's my pick because you
I was sat
picked...
here thinking, oh my god, I can't believe you got Mighty... No, I've got Mighty Skull.
Yeah, you got Marty Skull.
Party!
Hardy Marty. Just having a quick...
I can't believe the only stable left is the New Day.
Because that's how much we think of the New Day.
The thing is, I didn't like the New Day when they first started, and then I really got into them around about WrestleMania time, and then it just became too much for me.
I think they just rammed it down our throats.
Yeah, that's the same thing with everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just too much. Too much. You should have just given it a break and let it fly. But
That's it. It's like a couple of years ago when Roman Reigns first started being pushed. It wasn't too much when the Shield was still together. It wasn't too much, and it really started to work. There was a point where it's amazing. People get annoyed now with Roman Reigns winning stuff because they said it's too early in his career. If it would have happened 2 or 3 years ago when the Shield was still together, it would have worked.
yeah,
It would have. There was a point in time where it was a perfect timing for him, and they just left it too long. Bunch of retards.
I am gonna go. He thinks he knows I've already got my pick.
I don't know why, but I've just got a feeling this is your next pick. I've gone straight past it.
I'm just looking at the screen now.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Is it because I'm looking up at the page and it is not him?
It's not.
It is the five-time
Way.
WCW champion.
Really
So I'm
going
not
old
taking in
school.
his SmackDown ventures, but it is Booker T. Massive fan of Booker. Even when I was a kid, the Harlem Heat tag team was brilliant. He was entertaining. And he should have had a push earlier in his WWE run.
I'm really hoping you're going to reunite Book Dust or whatever it's called.
Book Dust.
Was it Book Dust?
Well, I haven't got... I
Or the
don't think...
Golden Tee?
yeah, no, it was the...
I can't remember what they were called now.
Oh...
Was it Book Dust?
Oh, I couldn't tell you, but it was a tag team that was thrown together, and it was so funny. Before there was Team Hell No, there was Booker T and Gold Dust.
What was it called? I'm sure there's people out there.
Who can answer it for us? But
I'm sure Jay or Tony will know. They always know.
yeah,
I think they just Google it and put it down to the truth. But Tony, if you're watching this far, I'm sure you'll know.
yeah.
Right, who am I going to pick? Who am I going to pick? It's difficult now because there's not many people that instantly jump out at you, but there are. I'm not picking Goldust. There are some people that don't really jump out at you, but they're people that you really want at the same time.
Yeah.
Let me just check the first page, the top higher rated one, see if there's anyone in there that... Oh, can I justify leaving that guy till the end?
Really?
Can I really justify leaving that guy till the end? I'm going to go for Big Mike. Michael Elgin.
Yeah, I was going to say, be a bit more specific. There are a lot of mics out there who are big. But Michael Elgin, the Canadian...
Destroyer.
Not the move, but the talent.
I was very tempted to put Pete Williams. I did have Pete Williams on it for a while because I know you're a big fan.
Massive fan of Peter Williams.
If you want Pete Williams, I can put him on the list.
No, we don't
get
need
rid of
the
someone.
Canadian Maple Leaf. He can be put to one side. We've got a very strong pool here of talent. So I'm going to go for the pick you thought I was going to go for. It is Mr. Roderick Strong.
Ooh, I put that in your mind, haven't I? That's my
Yes,
fault.
I was a massive fan of Roderick Strong when the talent share came through TNA with him and Austin Aries. Can make a backbreaker come from anywhere.
King of the backbreaker.
Came to NXT too late, in my opinion. I believe that he could have come a few years ago.
Yeah.
And he could have been
Suplex Backbreaker.
Suplex Backbreaker. So
yeah, we both got that wrong. Yeah.
we both got that wrong.
Suplex
Backbreaker. There you go.
I tell you, I watched a match the other day on Lucha Underground, and poor old Matt Striker was struggling so much. It was PJ Black versus the Mac.
Oh.
And he was getting so tongue-tied all the time. And Vampiro just turned around and went, just call him the Darewolf, it's easier. Because he was going to get himself in trouble eventually. And I know, I've done the same thing myself. Just when you get two people's names that's so similar, you just get tongue-tied.
Yeah.
Right, who am I going to go for then? I'm going to go for Rey Mysterio.
I knew it. That was my next pick.
And I like this Rey. I've not got to season 3 of Lucha Underground yet, but I'm pretty sure this is exactly what he's looking like now.
Yeah.
And again, somebody who's going to dominate Octane. I don't really want to use him. I want to try and use him on a main roster, but I don't really want to use him as a main eventer as WWE did.
I see him as a cruiserweight. I always have seen him as a cruiserweight. If Eddie Guerrero did not pass away, he would not have had that push.
Did you get it? I got Eddie, didn't I?
You got Eddie.
I picked that many people. I don't know who I got now.
And they had Match of the Year 97 at Halloween Havoc WCW. Yep. So
that is actually the highest viewed video on my channel, which is again your suggestion.
Hey.
That was 2K15 or 2K16.
Yeah.
It's got like 16,000 views. That video.
No, at that time it was before its time.
It was. Yeah.
Before its time.
People didn't really know what to make of it.
Yeah. Right. It is my 35th pick. Yes, my 35th pick.
I made my guess again.
No.
No, it's not. Okay.
No. I ain't gone to the second page yet.
Oh, he's going second page.
I'm going second page.
Should we go Hayabusa instead?
No, I'm going to go for Bang Bang Cactus Jack.
You've got a very retro roster compared to mine, haven't you?
Again, not really a fan of the Mankind gimmick or the Dude Love gimmick.
Yeah, I must
Cactus
admit,
was hardcore.
Out of the 3, this is definitely my favourite Cactus. I think it's the highest rated out of the 3 as well.
Yeah, this is what brought him into light in America. He had his runs in WCCW in the early days, but when he arrived in WCW in the early 90s, Cactus was doing moves that no one was doing. The apron jump elbow to the concrete floor, no one was doing that. He did, and gained his... He didn't look like a stereotypical wrestler. However, he had balls of steel, and that is why he's on my list.
So I'm looking now, trying to figure out who I'm going to pick next. So I've got 6 picks left, you've got 5.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of things in my mind I want to do, and they might end up getting laughed at. That's the problem.
I'm not laughing.
But I'm going to go for... Well, there's another tag team I want, but I'm pretty sure I can leave them to the end because I know you're not going to pick them. I'm going to go for the gentleman, Jack Gallagher.
Oh, good pick. Good pick.
And from hearing Jack Gallagher, you might be able to guess the tag team I might want to go for as well. To create some sort of stable.
Yeah.
But again, I'll have to try and figure out the best way of doing that. So I've got Jack Gallagher. You got to pick that now, just to screw me over, aren't you?
No, not at all.
If you want to waste a pick them, it's fine.
Not at all. I was a massive fan of this man. Never really... I'd seen him in magazines. I'd never really seen the videos of him. It's Akira Tozawa. Massive first impressions. Like his ring style is very short. It's not Nakamura. But his German suplexes are unbelievable.
And it is one of the best calls in the game, I think.
Yeah, Akira Tozawa, definitely.
A really strong presence in the Cruiserweight division as well.
Yeah.
Right, my next pick is going to be... Oh, God. I'm struggling here because there's just so many people I want. It's not a case of who should I pick next. It's who am I going to leave out. That's the question now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for... So there's a guy in there I definitely want. There's 2 guys in here I definitely want. I'm going Psychosis.
Yep.
I'm going Psychosis. And there's reasons behind that. Where is Psychosis? It does go with a P, doesn't it?
Yes, and I think you haven't even added him.
I downloaded him the other day, I'm sure I did.
I've not seen him.
Oh, this is going badly, isn't it? Is the other guy one?
Are you looking at...
Yeah, well, I'm going to take Psychosis. I'll add him on afterwards, right on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know the tag team that you want. And, yeah. No problem.
So we've got 5... Is that 4 picks each left now, isn't it?
4 picks each.
Oh, it's getting tight now. It's getting tight.
It is getting very tight.
And there's some surprising names left on this first list.
There is. There is.
It's on the picture.
No, what?
Yeah, it's on the picture.
I'm picking him now. Yushin Thunder Liger.
You scribbled him out without picking him.
No, I thought he was picked, but luckily he is not picked.
No, I thought you were going to pick him earlier on, but you didn't pick him.
Yeah.
But, again, one of the ones I really would have liked to get, actually.
Yeah.
Now, on this first page, there's probably 1 or 2 that I would consider. I think I think Mankind and Dude Love should be out of the question now because you've already got
Yeah,
Cactus
because I've
Jack
got
anyway.
Cactus, yeah.
Not that I don't think Everest were going to pick them anyway.
No.
Oh, he's still left as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a real pain, this is, because there's so many names I still want. And I don't want to stretch it to 50 because
We'll be here all night.
the rosters will be too big anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for... Oh, this is true. I've got 4 picks left.
Yeah.
I want so-and-so, 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 and that leaves me 1 more.
I know exactly who so-and-so is.
Yeah, you're probably doing it all 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
I am going to go for... I'm going to change things up a little bit and add a different element to my roster.
Okay.
And this is probably... I'm going to regret this because there's probably better names than there I want.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go for something a bit different. I'm going to go for Dave Mastiff.
Oh, Big Dave.
Big Dave Mastiff.
Big Dave. Again, recently made a television appearance for World of Sport. A very big man, and he can move.
I think I can use him pretty well.
The super heavyweights of time, slow, but this guy is pure power and a very.
I did originally want to do a tag team with Dave Mastiff and Big Damo, but
yeah,
I think that's just because they're 2 big British
you put
guys.
the 2 big B's together, and you get what you get. I'm going to pick someone that is really off the cuff, and personally, I've not seen a lot of him. I know Luke has, and he raves on. It is Phoenix.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you picked him because I was starting to worry that he was going to not be anything.
Yeah, Luke knows a lot more about Lucha Underground than I do, but for what I've seen of him, he is very good. Was it a PWG event lately?
Yes, yeah, he did.
And I saw a snippet of him there.
He's done Battle Los Angeles twice now.
And again, for the Octane promotion show,
yeah,
this man would be ideal.
I watched the other day when I watched for season 2. It was Phoenix versus Mil Muertos for the Lucha Underground Championship. And my God, it ended as a bloodbath. It really did. Both masks were half off the face.
Yeah.
Both peeing out blood. It was such an amazing match, though, the whole way through. Right, I have got 3 picks left.
You have?
And those 3 picks are really out of my hands because I have to have 3 people.
Yeah.
First one I'm going to pick is going to be Mr. Joey Ryan.
Oh!
I've got to do it. And I think I'm probably going to use him as part of Octane as well.
Yeah.
I think you can class him as a cruiserweight. And if the game was a bit more open-minded, it would allow me to have Candice and Joey as a tag team, but the game does not allow that. No, the game does not allow that. But this is I've been looking for a good Joey Ryan for a long time, and finally I found one that's pretty decent.
I think it's bang on.
Yeah, so I'm happy to get him, and apparently he's, out of all the people I've drafted so far, he's the 10th in the rankings for the championship.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Now, I've got my final 2 picks, and I know who I want.
You're struggling like me, aren't you?
I'm not struggling because
there's so many good names on there that's not been picked. That's the problem.
At the moment, they're a tag team. But they would be fantastic for the Octane. So I'm going to go for Andrew Everett.
Oh, I forgot about Andrew Everett. Now, do you want to be cheeky? And would you like to take Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee together as a tag team?
Yes, I would.
Okay, I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that. Mainly because I don't want to see Trevor Lee sat on this list of being unpicked.
He was going to be my other pick. However, if you're offering him as a tag team, I will take them.
I'll let you do that because...
They are a current tag team.
They are a current tag team, yeah. I'll put them together. I think we'll probably have to think of a different name other than...
What is that? They're with the Hurricane Helms, the North Carolina...
The Helms Dynasty, they're known as.
Can we just call them the Dynasty? Instead of affiliating
we could do.
Sugar Shane as their...
I'm pretty sure Dynasty is a pretty dodgy American sitcom, though. Not a sitcom,
That's Dynasty.
That's the same thing, isn't it? It's just pronounced different. I'll let you do that. We'll have to... you put them on there. I've not got them created as a... I keep trying to put everyone in my roster.
So you have 2 more, and I have 1 more.
Okay. I'm really struggling. I really am.
I believe when you've got 2 left to go, I think you're going to pick
it's going to have to be, because I've got this whole storyline in my head and I've got to do it.
Yeah.
I've not got him on the game because I've got to download him. I'm going to take Juventud to Guerrera.
Tovey,
it is, yeah. Masked Tovey.
Masked Tovey.
We're taking Masked Tovey. I like a masked. That sounded so wrong.
No. I believe WCW ruined a lot of careers by removing masks. Rey Mysterio, Juventud, Psychosis. There are a lot of mask versus mask matches that didn't need to happen, but they did for temporary ratings, and it was a shame.
Yeah.
Because they lost their character. When you take their mask away, you lose their aura, and it was a shame.
I must admit, watching that Lucha Underground, when I saw half of Phoenix's face, I got pretty freaked out. I don't know why. I'm like, I shouldn't be seeing this. It's a bit like some dodgy porn, you shouldn't be watching. I shouldn't be looking at this. I shouldn't be looking at Phoenix's face.
You watch dodgy porn. Right, I have a pick between 2, and I'm going to be smart, because I want Mayhem to be the show. And that is why I'm picking my last pick as Drago.
Oh, I'm glad. Again, something I didn't want to see not picked.
Yeah. You got Phoenix on Mayhem, and you think, well, them 2 can have a good run?
Definitely, yeah. Now, I did have in my mind exactly who I wanted.
Yeah.
And that was to do with the Jack Gallagher stable. But at the same time, I'm now thinking, is that really a wise idea? I'm going to really take a think about this. So many good names left on there. Cedric Alexander.
It's a shame to see some go.
Yeah, but like I said before, we're going to have certain pay-per-views, and the winner of the pay-per-view, there are going to be a lot of tournaments in this universe mode. The winner will get to pick from the pool.
Yeah, so the free agents, as it were.
Basically, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a separate show running that we're not going to watch, but a separate show running for all the undrafted people, just to make sure they can keep building their momentum and so forth, and then we'll pick from them.
Yeah.
And what I will say is that maybe every month we can swap. So we'll swap 3 people, or 3 people out, 3 people in from the undrafted.
Okay.
Just to keep things fresh. I think that would be quite a good idea, actually. Yeah. I just thought that on the spot. And that was after a few beers, though. So I am going to go... Oh, it's so difficult. Why is life so tough? And I even added them up wrong because there was somebody else I wanted that I didn't write down. No,
Da 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 da.
It was. I was going to go for the Vaudevillains to try and link up with Jack Gallagher, but
no.
I just thought that would work. Jack Gallagher and the Vaudevillains together, but
I mean, Noam's such a good call. Look at that. You'd think he'd made for the game.
The New Day still sat there thinking,
the New Day will.
Who are we wrestling for? Who?
No one.
40 picks each, and nobody picked the New Day.
No one picked the New Day because they're awful.
Alright, we're an hour and a half into this video already and we haven't picked the women yet.
No.
So where's the women?
If you are still with us, thank you.
Yeah.
For your patience. It will be truly worth it at the end.
If you're still listening now, type the word sausage into the comments, just so we know.
Yes.
You'll confuse the life out of everybody else. Right, now women, there's quite a few women. What we're going to do, if you've not read my blogger, which is down in the link description below, I'm keep doing the Mick Foley thumbs up, but no one's watching because I've not got the video on. There will be, I spoke about having a separate show called Showdown, which is just for women. It will be joint across both our rosters.
Showdown?
Yeah, Showdown.
Okay.
Yeah. As in Shimmer, Shine, Showdown.
Okay, so there's Throwdown and Showdown. Okay.
I didn't think of that, but now you mention it, yeah. There is Throwdown and Showdown. I might have to look at that name, but... Okay. So in that roster, there will be a female division. It's a female show.
Yes.
There'll be a female tag division, that's what I'm trying to say.
There you go.
So we have also got 8 tag teams, as well as all the singles female competitors as well.
Okay.
Have you seen the 8 tag teams?
I haven't. I'm reading them now.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Some of them are real, some of them are made up, some of them are just crazy.
Okay.
And then these are all singles competitors as well.
Yeah.
We're going to pick every single female.
Okay.
Because that will give us a full roster on Showdown.
Okay.
Are you happy with that?
I know my first pick.
Whose pick? It's your first pick, isn't it?
It is.
Go on then, who do you want?
Asuka. My favourite woman.
I would not have guessed any other way than you picking Asuka first.
Asuka is brilliant. the gimmick,
I knew it was going to happen.
The ring style, and this isn't being a super fan of NXT. Asuka is fantastic. You know, I rate her highly, and she needs to be on the main show. She needs to be on the main roster.
I've said that quite a lot on my channel, but the reason I keep saying she's not is because they've got no one to replace her. But
that's it.
Rumour has it that the NXT Women's Championship tournament, or the women's tournament, you know, the indie one they did, like the Cruiserweight Classic.
There will be one coming soon.
That's going to happen in August, they reckon.
Okay.
Which is why they've signed a few people up, such as Kimberly and so forth.
Well, TNA tried the knockouts one night only, and they had some one-nighters who come in and were gone.
See, I feel sorry now because I've seen that on Botchamania so many times. The Shelly Martinez versus what's her name match, Rebel.
Yeah. Which
was awful, but that ending, after watching it so many times, that ending was not Shelly Martinez's fault.
No,
it was Rebel's, because Rebel
was clumsy.
Rebel was supposed to jump up and forearm her, which is why Shelly Martinez collapsed on the ropes.
Yeah.
She was expecting the forearm, but Rebel never hit it. Yeah. So it looks like Shelly just ran into the ropes and collapsed. Because the move was originally going to happen, and I think Rebel's a bit dodgy in my opinion. I'm going to stop talking bollocks now. I'm going to go for a tag team that I've created on my own.
Hey.
One that probably doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
But contains one of the most sexiest women alive.
Okay.
I'm going to go for Los Luchadores.
Los Luchadores. So Mickie James is not involved.
And I put Mickie James on there.
No, because she is Los Luchadora.
Yeah. So it's Sexy Star. And like I said, the sexiest woman alive. Taya Valkyrie.
Taya Valkyrie. I was pre-warned before the pick that he would be picking this woman first.
Yep.
And that's absolutely fine.
I told you I'd punch you if it ever happened.
Yes. I've already had my second pick, and I'm not going straight to the tag teams. I'm going for Ivelisse.
Oh, you get.
Ivelisse.
That was my second pick.
Another person who had a chance in TNA with this whole gut check thing.
That gut check was a little bollocks.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And how they overlooked her was unbelievable. And now she's prospering in Lucha Underground.
Fucking Lady Tapper.
Yeah.
Are you joking me?
Is she still with Global Force? Probably.
The only person in that entire gut check that was correct to pick was Joey Ryan.
Yeah. And they made a story out of it that he wasn't picked and came back every week.
Yeah, he wasn't even picked, was he?
No. He came back
and didn't pick a single person right.
Had a feud with Al Snow at the time.
My God, fucking Brian Cage versus Cliff Crompton.
Oh God.
I could have switched off right there.
No, it wasn't Cliff Crompton who was.
It was Aiden
Domino.
O'Shea, wasn't it?
It was Brian Cage. Was it? Oh, that luchador.
Oh, no, it wasn't Magno.
No, it was Adam Pearce.
It wasn't Magno, was it?
Was it Adam Pearce?
No, Adam Pearce didn't get signed, I don't think.
No, but he was on the gut check. Adam Pearce.
Brian Cage got rejected for somebody else.
Yeah. It could have been Magno.
I'm sure it was Aiden O'Shea.
Or Ryan Braddock. Or...
wasn't Magno... Did Magno get accepted? I know Magno got signed.
He had so many botches.
He botched everything.
Every move he did.
Every single move. And then he got signed by WWE.
God knows how.
That's crazy.
God knows how. So what is your pick?
I can't believe you stole that one from me.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe you've done this.
I know.
That's a pretty dodgy meme, I think.
Yeah.
See, there's two people I want to pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't got a clue how to pronounce either of their names. I'm going to have to do some research on this. I'm going to go for the one that's number 2 on the list there. Kairi Hojo.
Kairi Hojo.
Yeah, which I believe, I've not seen much of them. I know they've debuted, there we go, top of the list.
Yeah.
I believe they've debuted in Lucha Underground, but they're also in Shimmer the Japanese one?
Yeah. Oh, is it Japanese?
I think so.
Okay.
And I believe that herself and the other woman at the top of the list are the best 2 female wrestlers. I think this one is regarded as the best female wrestler in the world at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see what happens, see how she works. I know, put me in your roster now. There we go. So I'm taking Hojo.
Okay.
Hojo Rawley.
Yep. And I will be taking Sasha Banks.
Oh.
I aim to make Mayhem the SmackDown of current day. That is my plan. I want the best roster for the best feuds Not to say that I want to overpower Throwdown, because Throwdown in its own right is a fantastic show with great talent involved.
Be very diplomatic here.
But this is very competitive.
You're going down, bitch.
There you go.
Right. I am going to go for my favourite member of the Four Horsewomen.
Nah?
I'm going for the Baxter. Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch. As Kevin Dunn would say, I don't like how she speaks. She's Irish, Kevin Dunn, so there's nothing you can do about that.
There's still some pretty strong names in that. I wonder who's going to be stuck with Eva Marie.
No one. Well, she has to be picked, doesn't she? Which is a shame. Can she fail another drugs test so
Hopefully.
we can avoid her? But my next pick is a tag team that Luke has made, and that is the Scream Queens, which consists of Nikki Cross from the group Sanity and Paige.
I do like that tag team. It came to me in a dream, that one, you know.
Well, they're both British, you know. They've come from the same sort of roots.
I do like that.
And hopefully Paige does a job in the next 3 months, because there's massive rumours that 2017 she will be released at some point, although she's still very young and is a great talent.
I've been talking about that for a long time now. I think that she just needs to look at... I've said this before, she needs to look at Brian Kendrick.
Yeah.
Brian Kendrick took everything for granted when he was young.
Yeah.
And ever since he's been released, he's tried his hardest to get back.
Yeah.
And she could end up being in that same
I mean,
problem.
Brian Kendrick had to train Eva Marie. That's the extent of what Brian Kendrick had to do to get back into the fold.
That's really when your life has just gone to shit, isn't it?
Yeah. Your pick?
I am going to go for... No, I'm going to go for a tag team.
Okay.
Again, I think this is one that I've created, although they are very good friends in real life. Somebody who is not getting... Well, she's getting a push now on Raw.
Yeah.
And somebody who has really impressed me on SmackDown, I'm going to go for Bay Miller, which of course is Bayley, who's done really, really well on Raw. Well, she's been okay on Raw. I've just put her in your roster, haven't I?
Hopefully not. I don't really want Bayley.
You know?
No, I believe she's super over. Her ring work, she had a great feud with Sasha Banks.
She's a female John Cena.
She is. She's just super over. You know, if you ever turn her heel, it would be the world has ended. So,
it wouldn't happen. It's just like John Cena.
It is. She will never go heel.
Everyone goes on about the Cena heel turn. It's never going to happen.
No.
Never going to happen.
My pick is a bit out of the blue. I've seen her lately and I think she's got potential. Came from Booker T's training school. She is Miss Ember Moon.
Ooh, I like that. I do like that. You've got some really good ones on there, you know?
I've done my research.
Yeah.
I came prepared.
I know you like to research women in your spare time. I've heard that.
I do. Delete my search history after.
Right, so next. So what have I got? I've got that one, and I've got that one, and you've got that one. Okay. I'm gonna go for... I've got to go for this straight away. I've got it. I just forgot about this lady because she's the only wrestler I follow on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm absolutely obsessed with her. I've got Alexa Bliss.
That's Alexa Bliss.
I've got her, yeah. Alexa Bliss and Taya on the same roster. I think I might just explode every time I try and record it. That sounded awful.
Not at all. When she came out looking like that one from Suicide Squad, she was...
Oh, God, yeah, that was...
Man heaven.
I had to pause that for a while.
Yeah. Right, I believe I have my pick straight away. And again, it might make you irate. It is a tag team, and it is the Kimber Bombs.
Kimber Bombs, which is actually a real tag team.
Yes.
I believe they were the I've forgotten which one's which now. I think
Shine?
Shine's the American one, I think.
Yeah.
Or WSU is American as well. So you've got Cherry Bomb, which I think is one of actually the better female cores we've got. Female cores are not very easy to find. So we've got Cherry Bomb, hence the bomb part, and the Kimberly. Now, Kimberly is rough.
From experience?
Oh, well, let's not go into that, but it's not the best core in the world, is it?
She's got a bad hair day.
It's not the best core in the world, but
No, but
I would like to have the Kimber Bombs tag team.
and she's got very good stat for a woman in the game.
She's a very, very good wrestler. I've seen her. You didn't go to that show, did you? I went
No.
to the Southside Wrestling versus CZW triple weekender, where she wrestled many a man,
Yeah,
and I think she won nearly every match. I think as well.
nice.
She's a very, very good wrestler. I think she teamed up with Drew Gulak in a couple of matches as well.
Okay.
She's good friends with Drew Gulak, which is
Yeah.
probably why she got the job.
There you go.
I'm going to go for a tag team that I don't know if is real or not.
Once again, Luke's dreams are coming into play.
Yeah, I've got a feeling this could be a real tag team, but at the same time, I don't think it is a real tag team, but I think it suits very much. I'm going to go for a tag team I've known as Sugar Rush.
Ah,
And I don't know if it's a real tag team or not. It probably isn't, because you're probably sat there now thinking, who the bloody hell Sugar Rush? I'm going to go for Daisy Hayes, who looks like she's on acid.
well, she looks a bit retro with her flary tie-dye look.
And somebody called Solo Darling, who I've not seen much of. I do follow her on Twitter, and her entrance is pretty cool on this game because she comes out in like bunny ears and everything.
Okay,
It's pretty cool. And a tail. I don't know how they got a tail on this game, but she's pretty cool actually. I like her.
yeah,
And she eats a lot of sugar.
yeah,
So Solo Darling and Daisy Hayes, that's going to give me a good tag team.
okay.
I see the Bellas are still sitting there.
The Bellies will continue
Have
to
you seen the
sit.
difference? I don't know, it surprised me when I did that. I've not changed them stats. That's the difference the game gives them out at. It really pushes one Bella over the other, doesn't it?
I believe that.
Nikki's the one that's still wrestling now, isn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Bree's dead. Well, she's not dead, is she?
But she's not dead. No, she's going to be a mum. She's still prominent on the Total Divas program, the Total Bellas program, and of course she is married to Daniel Bryan.
It's not a good thing.
And you probably see her in the set. Did we pick John Cena? No.
Nope.
So that's probably where the Bellas will end up. So my next pick is Lita.
Lita, nice one. Nice pick that is. Now what I did at my WrestleMania, again, find it on my channel.
That's a plug.
We did Lita versus Sasha versus Paige versus Charlotte in a 4-way ladder match. It's a pretty good match.
Yeah.
Pretty good match it was, yeah. It's the sort of match that Lita can really get a tooth into. I've just seen how big our rosters are. We're like 70 names.
No, but they will be used.
Again, across a few of these people are going to be used across Octane and Showdown as well anyway.
Yeah.
I am going to go for a heel tag team. I'm going Charlotte and Dana.
Okay.
I don't really want to, but...
Well, Charlotte Flair is...
Charlotte's still got the Women's Championship on this for some reason, but I'll take that off. Because that's not the championship we're using.
No.
I don't know, for some reason I sort of... I'm starting to get Dana Brooke a bit more now. I really hated her in NXT. I thought she was a... I've just done it wrong again.
I still think she's green as grass.
She's getting much better. I know I did Charlotte right. She's
Well,
getting much better now.
I think Dolph Ziggler is giving her private lessons, and
they
fair
still
play to
together?
Dolph. They are, I believe, they are still together.
Because she was sleeping with one of the writing team, and that's why she was going to get a mega push.
Oh, really?
Then she went with Dolph Ziggler. Now her push has gone all of a sudden.
Yeah, you don't piss off a Hollywood writer.
No, it's a tricky one.
It is.
What can I offer you?
It's my pick, isn't it?
It is your pick.
I
I got to stop picking tag teams.
you got to stop picking tag teams because you have left
You've got that one, haven't you?
Lo Sharai.
You gonna go for that? I think that's an I.
That's an I. It looks like a cap, an L.
Yeah, I'm not able to pronounce.
Okay, so I'll go for O Sharai.
Ayo Sharai.
O Sharai.
Well, you
Can you give me a detail on this girl?
She's Japanese.
Yep.
She's a wrestler.
Okay.
She wears a top with black and red on it,
Yep.
and she's got brownish ginger hair.
Lovely. Cheers for the detail.
Yep, that's direct from a Wikipedia page. That is. She's very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall 90. I mean, that's pretty strong.
Again, she's one of the ladies who debuted on Lucha Underground recently.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but I read, as I'm really bad at this sort of thing and I can't normally wait, I read the results of all the Season 3, and apparently there's one episode where Pentagon Jr. takes on 3 Japanese ladies in a gauntlet match.
Yeah.
And I think he wins the first 2, and the third one's against this lady here, Io Shirai,
Iro Shirai.
and she beats Pentagon.
Ooh.
I've just ruined that for everybody now.
Sorry for the
Because
spoiler.
That hasn't been on TV yet, I don't think.
No, so thank you for spoiling the fans that you have to your channel.
You'll forget that, it's fine, you'll forget it all. Right, You have gone for Lita.
Yeah.
I'm going for Trish. I
knew you was going to go for Trish.
I need some experience on my female roster as well. I'm going to go for Trish.
Yeah.
Tamina is on there. Trish Stratus. There she is. Straight as anything. There you go. I need a beer.
I think it's my turn to go into the fridge.
It's your pick.
It is my pick.
I'm going to feel why the general manager of a certain brand is going to get some beer. So unprofessional, isn't he?
Not at all.
So there's still a couple of tag teams left. There's still quite a few female names left as well. I think all the top ones are already taken, bar one. And then we're sort of looking very much into the indie scene from there on. But I'm happy. I've got Taya and I've got Alexa Bliss. That's the only thing that I need. That's all I needed.
My next pick is based on something I never really knew about this woman. She had an interview with JBL, WWE Network, $9.99 a month if you fancy that plug. She's very underrated. At that time, she went to Japan. She wrestled hard at that time. And that is Miss Alundra Blaze, Medusa, the first ever Paul Heyman girl. I would like to have known her as Medusa and not Alundra Blaze. However, the character is on the WWE. You have her gimmick, you have her attire. But I was very surprised at what she can do. And she's definitely a pick for Mayhem.
You're very surprised what she can do.
As in the ring, I thought she was just a valet. But in actual fact, she could go and wrestle wrestlers like Bull Nakano. She's very good. I'm very happy with this pick. And I think my women's division is better than yours.
You think your women's division is better than mine? Ooh. In fairness, I've just picked the women that I really like. So
yeah, instead of actually going on talent, you've gone on looks.
Not necessarily. Well, you might be right. Well, I was going to pick somebody different, but I'm going to change it now because I'm going to go along with your stereotype, I think.
Okay.
I was going to pick Nia Jax, but
yeah,
I am going to go for Santana Garrett.
Ooh, didn't see that one coming.
There was someone else I was going to go for because I saw a story. I was going to tell a story, but that's actually a pretty good core as well.
Very good.
Bearing in mind that we've already seen on the logo screen that somebody's actually put a cleavage as a logo on the game.
Yes, that was quite amusing. It looked like an arse.
Yeah, it's like you've run out of logos, you need more space. Let's just whiz down the logo screen.
Let's get rid of Santana's boobs. But they are an asset and fair play.
I wonder what happened if we did.
Yeah.
She would look well trained, wouldn't she?
Now, I'm going to go for someone who...
They're all outside the box for you, aren't they?
They're all outside the box because I'm not...
There's a couple on there, maybe.
There's a couple I know. But I'm going to go for Christina Von Eerie.
See, I'm surprised because there's a certain stable on your roster that I thought there was a certain woman that would really go with.
Okay. As in, I know... Yeah, okay.
Christina... I'm at this point now, I wanted Christina Von Eerie, I must admit.
Yeah.
I think her only real TV appearances were... I think I said this before, didn't I? When she was the manager of...
Jessie Neal and Shannon Moore.
That was the one, yeah.
The Ink thing.
Ink.
It
was Ink, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah,
I just stuttered. I didn't realise it was actually Ink.
Ink.
Oh, God, that was awful.
Well, yeah.
Right, so that's another one off the list. There's still 2 tag teams there, you know.
There are still 2 tag teams, and they can sit there for a little while.
Well, I was holding off on the tag teams to sort of let you catch up because I've already got 4 and there's only 8 tag teams, but I'm going to the Dollhouse.
I knew you were going to go for the Dollhouse, and that is possibly because of Jade.
It is, and I'm going to warn you people watching out there, if you've got your lights off, this is going to scare you. Because somehow the picture of Jade on this game is terrifying.
However, in the game, it is a lot better.
Look at that! That is the scariest thing ever! It looks like she's being squeezed.
By Eddie Kingston.
Oh, God.
No, again, the hair's okay. I mean, she just looks slightly startled, but...
yeah, that's pretty...
yeah, good pick.
Pretty scary, actually.
Good pick.
Yeah.
So, before I get...
Overdone with tag teams.
I'm going to go for the Bellas.
Bearing in mind, if you want to, you can use people you've drafted as your roster to create your own tag team.
No, I'm gonna go by the book. I will pick the Bellas.
For some reason, I'm just giving you Naomi. I don't know why.
I don't want Naomi yet.
Well, I don't want her either.
But the Bella Twins, let's be real, they are the most over females in the company in the
currently
past.
The tag team champions already. They're not going to be.
Well, they're not going to be, but no.
Once I've downloaded Vacant, we should be fine.
Yeah. They came in via the Diva search. I think it was... they did.
I didn't know
Nikki Bella wanted to become a professional soccer player.
When you said pro, I thought something
No,
completely
she
different.
wanted to go to maybe Italy. I could be well off. She wanted to become a footballer. And Brie persuaded her, look, let's try this Diva search. We might get a go. And they did. Probably because they're twins. However, they got it. They gave it its best shot. They've been in the business for 10 plus years. They're a pick for me.
It's a good pick. I'm going to pick a lady who, if you search hard enough on the internet, you can find a video of her getting changed.
Okay.
And that's Emma.
Emelina.
I don't know why.
Are you sure it's not the video where she stole that item from the shop?
From Walmart?
Yes, and got fired and rehired.
It was... I don't know how I found it. I was watching some stuff on... not Pornhub.
Pornhub.
No, on a wrestling website the other week. And it was a documentary from an Australian TV show about up-and-coming female wrestlers.
Okay.
And for some reason, they were interviewing Emma while she was getting changed into her ring gear.
Okay.
And you just see her walk into the change rooms. He's interviewing her away. She walks into the change rooms and just strips half naked in front of him and then puts her ring gear on and walks out.
Did you see anything?
No, she just stands there in like a bra and a thong.
Oh, it's good enough.
I just sort of sat there thinking, this is really strange.
Yeah.
Did she realise they were going to be recording this, or
obviously?
Did this happen?
That's probably where Triple H saw the video and said, we've got to hire this girl.
We need this one.
We need this one, Vince.
I'm sure Vince wasn't going to say no, was he?
I'm going to go for the highest rated talent left on our list, and that is cheerleader Melissa.
Ooh, interesting. I believe.
Give me some information on this girl.
She is working currently. I believe I'm going to get this completely wrong, but I think she's currently working for Lucha Underground as Marty the Moth's sister, but under a mask.
Okay.
I've forgotten her name. It's Cobra. I don't know. No, it's not Kobala. He's from Shikara. Yeah, she's working in Lucha Underground currently.
That's not a bad place to be working at, to be honest.
No, again under a mask, but then again, lots of the best wrestlers. Ricochet's under a mask as Prince Puma. I'm ruined it for everyone now.
Yeah.
Killshot is Shane Strickland.
Yeah.
Under a mask. Even Mil Muertes is bloody Judas Messias, whatever his name is.
Yeah, the one who had a feud with Abyss, I remember.
He's much better than that feud against Abyss, I promise.
So we've got the single talent left.
There's not many left, is there?
No.
See, do I go for... I'm not a big fan of anyone left in this list, to tell the truth.
Nor am I, so it is slim pickings.
It is. Actually, I'm going to go for someone I am a big fan of.
Go on.
She's actually surprised me in the ring on several occasions, but it's just her outside the ring ability. And she's currently working a storyline with Cedric Alexander and Noam Dar.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, she just seems to be such a good actress.
Yeah.
She's just absolutely crazy.
It seems like she's more of a sports entertainer than a wrestler.
Yeah, she's very, very good outside the ring, and that's Alicia Fox.
And she's been in the business for a little while now. She's actually a veteran.
She doesn't seem to wrestle, but I remember watching, I think it was WrestleMania this year, or maybe last year's WrestleMania, when they had Total Divas versus the rest of the women.
Yeah. And
I saw her in the ring, and I was like, she can do some pretty damn good stuff.
She's very flexible.
She's a very good wrestler, actually.
Very flexible. Again, they put her in this valet position, understandably, because the women's roster is getting bigger and better. But again, a good pick, good solid pick.
It's just some of her mic work, and I remember I've just seen a few things. I've not watched a lot of Raw and SmackDown since, but some of the stuff I've seen on YouTube where she's screaming about not being dumped by Cedric, and it just all looks so real.
Yeah, especially for 205 to be doing that sort of storyline very early on in production. So,
and I have got Noam Dar. I've not got Cedric Alexander though. He's going to have to sit in the unpicked pool until
he will be picked eventually. Yeah, but he wasn't strong enough.
If we do the free trades, if we do the free trades per month, and then the winner of a tournament gets another trade or two, or another pick or two, from the unlisted part, I think that's the best way.
So it is my pick.
It is.
And I pick Natalia.
Finally. I was wondering when you're going to pick Natalia. Since since her father's already on the roster.
Well, again, I do have the Hart Foundation. I do have Davey Boy Jr. Unfortunately, we didn't pick Tyson Kidd, but let's be honest, who wants to pick Tyson Kidd? So we've got Natalia.
I think any good physio in the world will take him right now.
Her daddy's in the game.
Yeah.
So it's meant to be.
Her daddy's not in Triple H. That's just
no. Her daddy is Jim the Anvil.
Yeah, he's not. Jim Anvil's not in Triple H. We need to clarify that.
That is clarified. But again, a veteran. Once again, probably the longest serving women's wrestler on the roster to date. So again, good talent. Happy to have it.
Make it easy for you. I'm taking Nia Jax right underneath.
Yeah, you can have her.
Yeah, I thought you might say that.
Samoan heritage, cousins of The Rock and Roman Reigns and the Usos and anyone who is Samoan. It's
an all pretty intermingled.
Yeah, family, really? Yeah.
I think it's just everyone's claim to fame. I'm pretty sure I'm related to The Rock in some way. I'm pretty sure everyone comes to the NXT. I was related to The Rock.
Yeah, you got to sign her.
Quick, push! Push them!
I think if they don't make the same mistakes they did with Karma or Awesome Kong, whoever you want to describe her as a super heavyweight woman, because she's a big girl. She's a big girl.
She's a... For the matches I've seen in NXT, though, she's not... She's looking good, but she's not looking overpowered, and that's what I don't like when people are overpowered.
But the problem is, in NXT, she did seem like on an even, but when she got to Raw, she was given the Braun Strowman treatment. Here's a jobber, squash him, and that's how you're going to get over.
Including recently Thunder Kitty from Shikara.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she's actually a Shikara wrestler.
Oh.
You not see that one? You know the one who looked like she was from the 60s?
Okay.
In the full swimsuit, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Thunder Kitty from Shikara.
Ah. Good for her to get some TV time.
It was, yeah. She got a lot of...
So, I know the next two picks that are available, we're going to be probably having one of each of them, so I'd let you... Oh, is it me? It is me, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I've just picked Nia Jax.
It is me. So, I love the name. It's Heidi Lovelace.
Oh, you're going for her. Recently signed by WWE, of course.
Yeah.
Whether we'll see her or not soon, or whether she might hang around until this fabled women's tournament in August.
Yeah.
Not the best core in the world, I must be honest, but still, I keep pressing that. Still effective.
Yeah.
I've seen a few matches on YouTube. She's a pretty good wrestler, actually.
Okay.
When she's given the proper training by Sarah Del Rey, she'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
Is it Sarah Del Rey? It's not
Sarah Del Rey.
Sarah Amato now, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's always Sarah Del Rey to me.
Did you know that PJ Palacco is Portuguese?
Pardon?
PJ Palacco is Portuguese.
PJ Palacco was Aldo Montoya, who was known as the Portuguese Man of War in the mid-90s in WWE.
That wrestling regrets he was Portuguese yesterday.
The character.
No,
PJ Palacco is just incredible.
I must have not been listening properly, but
just
I'm sure
incredible is PJ Palacco.
I'm sure he said that PJ Palacco
is Aldo Montoya. Aldo Montoya is the Portuguese Man o' War.
As in a jellyfish.
Yes.
It just amazes me how Just Incredible was once a Portuguese guy in a mask.
And supposedly he said he was in the clique. But if you've had a drink with Shawn Michaels, does not mean you're in the clique.
You sure he said clique?
He did say he was a member of the clique, but then Louis Spicolli. We could go on. So,
right. Is it yours or mine?
It's your pick.
I'm going to go for the only one there that I can bear.
Yep.
Because I've got no idea who she is. I'm going to go Evie.
Evie.
Now, I don't know if this is... You know what? I'm just going to come out and Google this. I'm pretty sure Evie may be Australian.
Okay. Not Pokemon.
It is a Pokemon as well. What if we could evolve her into something?
Yay.
I just wonder if she is Australian, then maybe there's a potential extra tag team alongside Emma.
Yeah.
Or Emmalina.
Emmalina.
Or Emma La 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 Blah.
Or Emma Shoplifter.
Yeah. Whatever they're going to call her.
Yeah.
Is it just me? Is she ever going to debut?
Who?
Emma.
Emmalina. No, they keep on...
They've said 3 times now, debuts next week.
Yeah, there's a lot of vignettes. I'm surprised they've done so many vignettes for someone who's an established member
She's still in house arrest, you reckon? She's not out of the house yet, that's what it is.
Or creative have nothing for her, although she has got the vignettes.
I'm sure she's Australian. I'm not going to Google it now because it's slowing my computer down. But
yeah.
I'm sure she's... I've not even picked it yet. There we go. Let's do it now. So there are only 4 picks left.
Yep.
You'll be glad to know, because we're now 2 hours into this video, which I said was going to take less than an hour.
Well, we can try and edit in places.
Let's give them the full meat and bones of it.
Well, it is our debut show as
Unless
a
there's anything
collective.
we've said that's too offensive so far.
There's been plenty of things that have been offensive. Again, if you are still with us, we really appreciate your dedication to this show.
This is an Attitude Era draft, not a PG-13.
No. If you have children, please put on the parental lock.
Yeah, 2 hours into the video with 4 picks left.
Yeah.
Beware, there could be some dodgy stuff said in this video.
We'll let you know now.
Yeah, it'll make sense, doesn't it?
Right, so last 4.
Last 4.
And my pick is Naomi.
You gone for Naomi?
I've gone for Naomi.
She's not quite as epileptic on this game as what she's in real life.
No, but I do like her booty takedown, which basically she shoves her ass as a clothesline, really.
Which has been stolen from Asuka, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a man.
Although probably Asuka was doing it before she came to the WWE.
Oh yeah, Asuka was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Naomi stole it from Asuka, I think.
Yeah.
She's looking at the decent wrestlers in the world and decided to try and do it.
Okay, your pick.
Summer Rae.
Ooh.
I'm going Summer Rae. Only because I've seen the other names on the list and I've already got Nia Jax, so taking the other one would be a little bit too much. Although, the other one and Nia Jax as a tag team could be very... I'm saying the other one because I don't want people to know what it is. I want them to be surprised.
Okay.
Although she's going to get put in prison for a conspiracy to hide
Well,
evidence.
I don't even think she was alive or probably walking at that stage. We are talking about Tamina Snuka. Tamina Snuka is my final pick.
Oh, he's taken Tamina. You've got her already, apparently.
Well, supposedly, right, basically the whole trial with Jimmy Snuka.
Balls. That means I've got Eva Marie, doesn't it?
It does. So basically, Jimmy Snuka's trial, where in 1983 he was alleged to have killed his girlfriend, manslaughter, whatever you want to call it. But the case was closed in 2016, where there was no verdict given because, unfortunately, Jimmy Snuka was suffering with Alzheimer's and dementia. So, unfortunately, they could not get a correct statement or anything that was proven.
I see you can't defend yourself.
I believe the name was Nancy Agostino. She bumped her head, probably when Jimmy was on the coke. But there's loads of rumours that Vince covered for him, and there was a recent tribute video on the WWE website for Jimmy where they took him off the Hall of Fame whilst he was in court. Since that case got acquitted, all of a sudden Jimmy Snuka is alive again for the company. So think what you will. I personally am not a fan of Jimmy Snuka, but that is my personal opinion.
I don't know much about it, to tell the truth.
I know a lot about that.
I'm pretty sure you made Nancy Di Malalavio up.
No, Nancy Agostino, 1983.
She Greek.
She suffered a bump to the head. Something about she went for a piss. She was outside of the car. She slipped on ice and banged her head. Although, personally, I think he got a bit angry and struck her, and that caused her death. But again, nothing's proven when you can't ask a statement for a man who doesn't remember what happened the day before. So, judgments aside, that's my opinion on Jimmy Snuka. And Tamina hopefully will not have a career ruined by her dad's past.
I think her career is pretty much as bad as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I think she's really good.
And it could be worse. She could have a brother called Juice from Juice and Domino, who dropped Undertaker whilst being a cameraman for the famous bout at WrestleMania. So we could go on and on about the Snukas, but we will leave this for what would be the 56th draft pick, which is...
It's done. We're finished.
I'll say it for him. It is Eva Marie.
Yeah, I don't want to...
She will be appearing on Throwdown as the very last pick.
The best jobber in the company.
The best
And that is exactly
in the
what should be
company.
used as, I think.
She shouldn't even be called a jobber because she's not even good enough as a jobber.
And can someone explain to me, right, I've said this a few times now, in real life, why was Eva Marie, everything red Eva Marie, drafted to SmackDown? Can someone explain that to me? Everything red Eve Marie was drafted to the blue brand rather than the red brand. Who was in charge of the draft? You know what? I think Eve Marie to SmackDown's perfect. Why? Everything red. Eve Marie.
I personally, I don't get it. Unfortunately, I have to sit through episodes of Total Divas where the focus was a lot on Eva Marie. They see her more of an entertainer, actress, call it as you will. Stripper. There was a family background and a current or ex-husband at that time. She was used as an
ex-husband. She's like 15.
Yeah, she was with a person called Jonathan. He was a bald guy with a nose piercing.
Oh, that's just not a good sign. If you've got bald hair and nose piercing.
She was primarily used, in my opinion, as an actress.
Apologies out there if anyone's got a bald head and nose piercing.
No, nothing against that.
But they're probably douches.
Probably, but no, she was given the job, not even on merit. She was given the job because she looked good. So
I don't think she does though.
No, but in their eyes,
I think she's one of the least attractive women on the roster.
Well, I'd do her. But again, that is my opinion. I've said that enough on this show. That is my opinion.
I hope to God there's no one still watching.
Counts for nothing. So if you have lasted the 2 hours, 11 minutes that we have been shooting this
talking to Jimmy
draft,
Snooker's wife, I'm desperate for a pee.
He is desperate for a pee.
And if you whack me over there while I'm going, I'm going to be happy.
No problem. So, are we going to call it
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Over the next couple of days, I will upload a roster update for all the 4 shows. If you've not got this far. If you've not got this far, you're not even hearing this anyway, are you really? So
no.
It's pointless, really. But yeah, I'll upload a roster update for all the 4 shows. It'll be a quick video, probably 2 or 3 minutes, just showing you exactly who's on each show. And the championships we've got and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's about it.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you to coming up as well.
Yeah, thank you. This is PJ Tovey for my debut episode, and I apologise if I've offended.
I've been trying to get you up to with these videos for a long time.
He has persuaded me and bent and twisted my arm.
I haven't bent you.
He hasn't bent me, but he has twisted my arm to finally appear on the show. I feel like it's been a good show. I think we've got 2 fantastic rosters.
I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be some entertaining viewing. So WWE 2K17, the viewership should be really good, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think everyone's been excited for this. Everyone's been saying for a long time that they've wanted to see something a little bit different. I don't know why I started doing this. I started doing this just because when the game first came out, there wasn't a lot of good cores.
Yeah.
So I just did a normal universe mode. But that's not what I was good at. When I first started this, I got a lot of views because I was doing stuff that was outside the box. I was doing Ring of Honor, CZW, Global Force Wrestling, yeah. And I was getting a lot of views by doing that. So I think going off and doing our own rosters, our own sort of fantasy rosters is going to be the best way for us to go. I think we're going to see some really good matches. Looking at your roster, I'm really happy with my roster, but at the same time, I'm really envious of yours. So I think there's going to be some cracking stuff going on. And I think our first pay-per-view is going to be some sort of tournament.
Oh, definitely.
I did put it down as a Battle of Los Angeles, but at the same time, I don't really want to rip anyone off.
No, not at all. Will it be a merge of the 2 brands? Or
it will be a competition between the 2 brands for supremacy, and the winner will be able to pick somebody else, or maybe 2 or 3 other picks from the pool.
There is a lot of dream matches here.
There is, on both rosters.
Yeah.
What's that? Some noises happening.
It was me then.
Okay. So yeah, that's cool though. Of course, if you have enjoyed this episode, then please let us know by hitting that like button. Of course, hit the like button for PJ Tovey being here as well. He's been very helpful. It's good for me because if I'd done the draft myself, I would have really... I always fudge it. I always try and fudge it to make it
I believe it could have been a biased view.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah.
I would have tried to put certain people on certain rosters to put them together, but I think having this is the fairest way of doing it to get 2 really, really good rosters.
Yeah.
Of course, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. The new Universe mode will be uploaded across this first week. Hopefully we'll get an episode of each show, and we'll get some champions crowned as well. I've been Shabby Gamer, that's been PJ Tovey. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.